It's a it's a wonderful day today here on the podcast about nothing. I'm live. Um, we're live on Twitch, Facebook, and YouTube. Um, Today's a wonderful day in the Bay. It got heated up kind of today. I was happy that it got to 72 degrees because it's been cold as fuck out here in the Bay, and I don't like that shit at all. Uh, we're supposed to be lit tonight. Let's see how this shit play out. My kids have been working my nerves since they got home. So I'm in here trying to be a survivor. We got a lot of shit on the schedule. Is it US? Is it UFOs in the Bay? I mean, in the US right now, we shooting down a lot of shit, man. Mysterious plane crashes happened in Alabama today. Plane crashed into nothing and landed on the freeway. The aliens might be doing some shit back, man. You never know. I do believe that there's UFOs out there. And the Man, yeah, but hold on. My child is like one of the biggest crybabies I've ever encountered in my life. And I just be so concerned, like, why the fuck are you crying? Like, but it's literally for any and everything. Like, she cries for no reason. And I think I need to take her to get checked out. She might need some counseling. Yeah, man, it's a beautiful day in the neighborhood, though. Like, the birds is chirping, the dogs is out.
Yo, drop the link in the comments section. Also,
My
everybody, what's
fault,
up?
man.
What's up? It's your boy Combo.
Well,
Shout out to the podcast about nothing, the Pan Man himself, Seven Coop. You know what I'm saying? The big guy, the big fella, the heavyweight lover, the oversized brother. How you doing, man? Thanks for having me on your show.
man, I appreciate you for pulling up. You always on time and here at the right time. Uh, I got this kid in here going crazy right now. I'm about to put her ass in a motherfucking headlock. Uh,
Normally,
I
I
mean,
just put my kids in the cage, but hey, we all are different.
man, I might have to invest in one.
Yeah, I can't teach you how to parent, man. But what I can say, drop that link in the comments section so everybody that want to talk can get up here and get their voice heard.
Oh, it's in here. It's in here. Hold on. I'm about to send this link out to more people. I hear somebody come up here. Hold on, real fast.
So we not twitching today, are we? Shout out to all the listeners that's not here, that's going to be here, that's going to come back and hear another day, 2 days, 3 days, 2 years from now. Just letting you know, welcome to the podcast about nothing. The real show right here. It's a podcast about nothing, but they're always talking about something. And tonight, our host, J Scoop, J7, J
Coop,
Scoop,
Coop,
however you want to do it,
Coop
however
is
you
in the
want to say
building.
it. He in the
Wait a minute.
building and he got some good content tonight.
He said Scoop. I love him.
Hey, DCPS education, man. What can I say?
I know, man. You all good, my brother. What's
Drop out.
up with everybody though? What's going?
Oh man, you know I'm up in here trying to be a great host and send this link out to people and get people up here, man.
Man, wait till it's gonna be a problem when you start kicking motherfuckers out because everybody and their mama want to show up. That's gonna be the real problem.
It's gonna
Hey,
be a problem. We already
I
got
can't
that
wait
problem,
till I
man. It's a
get them type
podcast
of
about
problems.
nothing. We already got them problems, man. He be beating them back with a stick.
Beating them back, turning them away at the door. You know what I mean?
Hey man,
And then
that
you
was,
told me you be choking them like a turtleneck.
So I'm gonna put the finishing touches on your intro. You just let me know where I send it to.
Shout out to Mr. Esquire. You hear him down there. So you know if you ever get back to listening, you trying to figure out who put this magnificent intro that's coming out in about 2 weeks from now, you're gonna know who you need to hit up. But only if you head down, you're gonna know who you need to hit up later. It's like a trade secret. We're not giving it to everybody else. Oh my God. Look at that. TBS just came through. The boxing session. The host himself. Is that the host? Is that the Kyle Davis himself? The big headed monster?
Shout out to boxing.
the ass eating connoisseur is in the building. Hey man, any nigga that prefer the ass all over pussy is kind of suspect to me, but that's neither here nor there. And I'll just,
Hey, wait, I was just about to ask. I was just about to ask. Is there? I never thought it was preference because they in the same neighborhood, so it's like you can't just eat every ass you come across, but you can eat ass. That's what I've always said.
no, that's a
Well,
fact.
you know what I say. If one neighbor don't open the door, the other one's open.
Hey yo,
Oh no.
hey yo.
You ain't got the call. It's okay, girl. Cause I'm gonna get them guts tonight.
I already know.
That man
Hey,
said a little
shout out to my man
booty
R. Kelly.
tonight.
Shout out to my man R. Kelly. You know, we trying to step in the name of love.
R. Kelly.
Hey, free
I
R.
don't know
Kelly, Nick.
why, but when I was
Hold on.
streaming last night, I dreamt about dancing to step to the name of love. And it's weird because I can't dance. So shout out to R. Kelly.
So wait, I've always been very behind on this R. Kelly shit. The evidence that came forth proved without a shadow of a doubt that he did everything he was accused of. Not everything,
No,
but he didn't.
he's
I
getting
say it
charged.
didn't prove that they didn't like it. Fuck if he did
He's
or not.
getting charged with a charge that would stick because they couldn't get him on like the statutory rape charges or any of that. So they made this act like that has something. I can't think of the act, but it's basically like nigga, if you cross state lines with a bitch or
Oh,
something.
they got him
Yes.
with the Jack Johnson. They got him
Yeah,
with the
yeah,
Jack
yeah, yeah,
Johnson.
yeah, yeah. So and they trying to make that stick because all his like sex crime charges and shit are dropping. But like that is enough for them to prosecute him for a long time. But
So, okay.
I definitely want to play this video for Combo
I don't
first.
eat chicken anyway.
Oh, you don't?
I don't
You
eat nothing that
vegan?
bleed. I'm a real crip.
They gonna clip that one for sure.
Crickets, motherfucking crickets.
Yes, he's a big crip, man. Nigga said he don't eat nothing that bleed. Big crip.
Oh my god. They ask him if he's a vegan, and he says, "I'm a crip."
Yes.
That is genius. I mean that with all sincerity. I mean that with all sincerity. So, one before we continue, for those at home who don't know what the Jack Johnson is, does anybody want to explain to the viewers who don't know what a Jack Johnson is?
Oh, let me get my Googles on so I can get it correct.
Yeah, I'm going to say.
So Jack Johnson.
You talking about the boxer?
Yeah, the boxer. So what happened was he was caught and charged with pretty much some racist shit, man. You know, he got to sleeping with white women and crossing the charge line. They try to say he was human trafficking type thing because he's a black man with white women, and they need to figure out some way to hold the black man down. And they tried to ruin his career and ruin him as a black man.
Yeah, what they said was
they tried to say he raped them when he really didn't. The bitches was with the shit. I didn't even say the bitches, but yeah.
The whole thing was that he was a very famous, rich, talented black man who was fucking these white women, like big time.
So they charged him with the Mann Act.
Yeah, so you cannot transport a woman across state lines with the intent to fuck her, which is really weird. Because, like, who gives a fuck if these are two consenting adults? That puts women in a weird spot. Because, like, now I ain't got the right to go from Cali to Texas.
I read the
Oh yeah.
I'll read the Mann Act made it a crime to transport women across state lines for the purpose of prostitution or debauchery, or for any other immoral purpose. While designed to combat forced prostitution, the law was broadly worded that courts held it to criminalize many forms of consensual sex activity. So that's basically what they're hitting R. Kelly with, because they can't get him on any of the other charges. They're going to hit him with the Mann Act. Low money?
Damn it. Now, hold on. But actually, Esquire, I got my license. Y'all can't be disrespecting me like that. But so here's the weird thing, right? So y'all know who Aerosmith is, right? The band?
Yes.
Okay. Now, if I got this correct, now this is allegedly, but I'm saying allegedly with that look, like allegedly. Steven Tyler, the lead singer, ran into this girl who was 14, 15, 16. And he convinced her parents. It wasn't like she was a runaway or something like that. Like she was just a girl who he was like, "Oh, hey, what's up with it?" And then convinced the parents of this child to sign over custody to him, which they did. And then once she became like,
or some Elvis shit.
Yeah. But see, the reason why I bring him up is because when you get to these allegedlys and all this shit, like you have these women who come forth and say, absolutely 100% R. Kelly did this shit to me. Oh, excuse me. Steven Tyler once had a 14-year-old girlfriend that her parents signed over to him. Excuse me. He was 27 at the time. Any fucking way. But if R. Kelly did do this shit, the only people that know is him, the women, and God. Okay, if he did do the shit, then he should be put under the jail. He's disgusting. Fuck him. If he did the shit. Same with Cosby. If he did the shit, fuck him. You were a disgusting piece of shit, regardless of who you are to the black community. Wrong is wrong. But what I've noticed is that when it's people like Steven Tyler, we have documentation of this shit, no one gives a fuck. No one gives a fuck that Elvis was fucking 13-year-olds. Nobody gives a fuck that Jerry Lee Lewis married his 13-year-old cousin when he was a grown ass man. Nobody gives a fuck. Like this isn't maybe he did it. Like he did it. Documentation. That's one case that we know for a fact he did, and no one says shit. But when it comes to Michael, they call him a pedophile, even though he was acquitted twice. The first time they settled out of court because they didn't have nothing on him, and then the second time, the lady came to the courtroom with 7 different stories, and the judge was like, "Yo, do you know what the fuck happened or not?" And she didn't because she was making this shit up. But people swear to God he's a pedophile, and then they made the Neverland shit, and it's like, oh my God, Michael was so disgusting. Well, if he was disgusting, how come he wasn't in jail? It's just weird to me how that shit goes. It's always been weird to me how that shit goes. Again, if they did it, then I hope they burn in hell. But when motherfuckers do the shit, like, let's get them too. But you already know what it is, and you already know why.
Yeah, man. They did Mike wrong. They ridiculed him for years behind some shit that wasn't true, man. Them people was out for money grabs, man. Mike ain't touching no kids, man. Mike like grown bitches and titties and shit. Trust me, I knew Mike personally.
Do y'all remember that movie Robin Hood Men in Tights? Y'all remember that?
I remember it, yeah.
It was one of Dave Chappelle's first movies he was in. It's called Robin Hood Men in Tights. The executive producer of that movie was the father or the stepfather of the first child that accused Michael of touching him, right? So I'll pull it up right now because this is the shit that kills me, right? So Michael invites these kids over for sleepovers at his house, and that's already weird in itself. Just off of that, like, I understand, like, okay, you got a fucked up childhood, blah blah blah, whatever, but like, that's weird. But then you get to his kid says, Mike touches me. Okay, Mike touches you. That's fucked up. Here's your money. The guy who was the father of the first child had dreams of being in Hollywood because that's how he, gotten close with Michael in the first place. He wanted to, so he says, Michael, fuck my son.
That's one hell of a pattern if you notice the pattern, in the trend. But keep going.
Oh, so but to shorten it, because I'm looking for the article as I say. But anyway, I'm gonna cut to the chase. The father died in 2009 of suicide. He died about a week or two after Michael died. So they interviewed his son, who was the first child that was touched by Michael, and they said, was your father? Did you have history of suicide? Like, what's going on? And the kid said he killed. Bring it up. I'll some point during this podcast, I'll bring it up. But he said, my father felt guilty for lying on Mike after he saw the outpouring of support by the fans, and he couldn't bear the burden of lying on Mike, so he killed himself.
He's a piece of shit. Oprah's a piece of shit also, because she played like she was Mike's friend when he was alive and all that shit. Got molester ass friends, but then go make this whole smear ass movie about Michael Jackson after he died with his alleged accusers and shit. Like, bitch, you ain't shit. You an ain't shit ass bitch.
Be real, that show how powerful he really was, though. That's all I get from that.
I don't fuck with Oprah for that reason, bro. Like, you lame, bitch. You act like you was that nigga friend. And then after he died, you want to join a movie and help create a movie about this nigga, a lying ass movie.
It's weird how money fucks up everything. It fucks up. Yeah. He died.
Go back?
Keep going.
Go back?
After
keep going.
14 weeks after the death of Michael Jackson, Evan Chandler shot himself in the head on November 5th, 2009. So sorry, it wasn't 4 days, it was 14 weeks. It says here 2 of Michael Jackson's victims' fathers killed themselves. I didn't know that. 2002 and 2009. So 2 fathers of supposed Michael Jackson victims killed themselves. And again, I'm not saying that Michael didn't do it, but I'm saying it's fucking weird. It's really
I'm
fucking
saying he
weird.
didn't do it, and them faggots couldn't. Oh, sorry, but
We're
they couldn't
canceled
live
already.
with themselves because they accused that man and forced that man down the path of drugs and all that shit to live with himself. Imagine what you're going through being accused as a child molester and you love kids. Like, you didn't get to live your childhood, so you built an amusement park at your house, got animals, monkeys, loving these kids. Macaulay Culkin was there every motherfucking day. Why he ain't touch Macaulay?
He could have, yeah, he could have been fucking the him with no with and also those other dudes like the what's his name, Corey whatever, when he said motherfuckers in Hollywood, he got shamed by Barbara Walters on TV because he said on TV, executives, directors in Hollywood fuck kids, and that's what happened to me, and it destroyed my life. And Barbara Walters, all the things she said was, "Why are you trying to destroy people's livelihoods?" She didn't say, "Why are you lying?" She said, "Why are you trying to
She
destroy
didn't
people's
ask
life?"
him, "Are you okay?"
Didn't
She said,
ask him,
"Why you
"Are
trying
you
to
okay?"
destroy their livelihood?"
And then, but peep game, he as a child was hanging out with Michael. Notice he didn't say shit about Michael. If all these people are fucking kids, then Michael would have been the first. He's like Michael fuck. He would have been like Michael fuck me. He said Steven Spielberg touched him. I think another director touched him, but he never said nothing about Mike. Never said a word, and they hung out big time. It's fucking weird. Like I would love to have the money. I don't know if I'd like to have the fame, but like dealing with that world, that world is fucking weird. It's really fucking weird.
Because as a black man, once an accusation is made about you, uh, it's over. Like, and let's transition into this because I actually did some notes for this show tonight. So,
Hey,
two
good
college.
job,
Hey,
brother. Good
yeah,
job,
yeah,
man.
good job. Good. Hey, hold on, real quick. With that said, man, shout out to Money, the host of the Mr. Demon Time Investigative Show,
Nah, man.
the
Don't
host of the
stop his
Messy
flow,
Show.
man.
Nah, I
Keep
seen you
it going.
came in. We got to talk about it real quick. But go ahead, back to the podcast about nothing. Go ahead, what you got to say.
Hey, shop
We gotta shout out money.
DemonTimeExotics.com
If we don't
for
shout
all
out
your
money, we
merch
don't shout out
and
nobody.
needs.
Hey, man. Appreciation for the situation, man. How the gang doing, man? I had to pop in. I seen niggas was live. I said,
Hey,
let
buddy.
me check in on the gang, man. What's up, man? Hey, Shop Demon Time Exotics, about podcast about nothing. Hey, man, it's the boxing section. We got Combo in the building. We got Low Money Esquire.
I got
Get
a
it right,
question for your why you ain't been on live?
Yeah, why you ain't gonna lie today?
Why I
Hey,
ain't gonna lie?
Yeah.
that's between him and his program manager. Right now, he's on vacation. His show will be back in rotation at the proper time, at the proper place.
No, man.
You guys make sure
No,
y'all get the
no.
sketches to me.
You know, really, honestly, man, I'm trying to really, man.
Gotta shoot you some
I'm
cake.
trying to figure out, like, you know, how to not overdo it and, you know, not underdo it. I want to keep people engaged, but I don't want to go live so much to where it's like motherfuckers see me and don't pay it attention, if that makes sense. You know what I'm saying?
Well, we had a meeting earlier today on the boxing session. You know, if you was there when you was supposed to have been there, you would have heard what I had to tell y'all. But me and you will talk one-on-one about that, and I'll get you up to par. But go ahead back to the Pan Man himself. What you got to say about Michael Jackson and the special hand?
Okay, so people being wrongfully accused. That was the segue. Former Ohio State players Amiri Rip and Jasen Wint were found not guilty of rape and kidnapping. Charges made against them 2 years ago, I believe, when the pandemic started. They basically lost their opportunity to go to the NFL, fucked off their college career, all the shit, off of false accusations. And man, these people need to be charged, bro. Like motherfuckers that make these false accusations really ruin people's lives, bro. Like I don't know what type of sick motherfucker you got to be to say a motherfucker raped you and they didn't never touch you. But
So speaking of a guy who's been through that, you know what I'm saying? I had a young woman say that I raped her one time before, and it wasn't rape, it was consensual. Um, it's easier to say that someone did something to you that never happened than for you to be found innocent in the case or to defend yourself against claims like that. And with that being said, I think that the book should be thrown at these type of people. These type of people should be put under the jail because to me they're worse than the thief, they're worse than the murderer, They're worse than the serial killer, than the rapist or pedophile. This is an individual who has all their conscious and now has the ability to think on their own so well that they can put together a story to try to make someone else believe that you've done some heinous acts.
Yeah, motherfuckers be sick in the head for real. Like, that's all I take from that. You got to be a sick individual to do somebody like that, bro. Like,
Yeah.
Jealousy and jealousy
or,
and
you know what,
envy.
or afraid. In my case, the young woman, she was afraid. We were teenagers. We fucked. I don't know if I took her virginity or not. Who knows? You know, these bitches always sucking and fucking forever. But situation happened. Go home, and her mom seen blood in her underwear. I guess I must have took her. I might have took her virginity, and you know, it was a situation where everybody linked up with somebody and was fucking somebody that night. Everybody was just hitting something. She goes home, finds out, you know, apparently her father, her mother's boyfriend was a cop, and her mother pressured the boyfriend to put charges out, put a warrant out. Detectives come pick me up, and then they come in with this whole situation saying that, hey, this has happened. Luckily, you know, the white side of my family was able to step in and wipe that shit up and make it, you know, make them deal with me like a different individual. Because if I was just a black man with no finances or nothing behind me, man, that shit could have went left.
Absolutely. Even if you got the finances, you know.
Now, fucked up thing about that story is I bump into the girl on, I want to say Facebook or Instagram years later, and I'm hollering at her like, yeah, you know, I thought she slid in my DM, and I'm like, damn, girl, you cute as shit. I'm trying to fuck you. Woo. I didn't remember the bitch. And then she said something that triggered it, and I was like, man, if I ever had a girl lie on me about rape, man, I had that shit happen before, I'd kill the bitch, ... Granted, we still follow each other on Instagram, and I probably still would fuck her again. But yeah, she fell back.
wait, fuck her again.
Hey, listen.
Hey, old habits die hard, man.
Because it wasn't good back then, but she has a kid now. Her daughter's beautiful. She's still in good shape. You know, she plays some ball overseas. You know what I'm saying? Athletic body.
I don't trust.
Why not give it a try?
Bro, because she tried to take your whole life, man. She tried to have your black ass locked the fuck up. That's why.
You sound like my little brother.
Ain't nothing worth my freedom. I don't give a damn what nobody thinks. I'd rather jack off for my freedom in the real world than figure out something in the pen. I'll tell you that right now.
Man, I can forgive a lot of people, but I couldn't forgive.
Not that.
I remember sitting in my kitchen. My wife was in the bedroom, and I had to show my little brother the conversation. And he looked at me. He said, "Block that bitch." He looked at me and he said, "Block that bitch." I was like, "Yeah, but bro, do you remember her?" He's like, "Yeah, block the bitch." I was like, "But bro,
I agree."
Old. He was like, "Block that bitch."
I agree.
He was like, "Block that bitch. If you don't block her, I will walk in that room and tell your wife you cheating."
But anybody who take your freedom, or like some of these people who get on jobs and be fucking with people's livelihood and be trying to get people fired like it's a joke, like that kind of shit right there, like, nah, man. Certain shit you do, like, nah, man, we ain't cool after that. I ain't fucking around with you. I ain't playing with you. We ain't got shit to talk about. You see me, you go the other way. We cool. I don't play around with certain shit.
I can only speak about me myself. She didn't, you know, knowing that it was her mother who encouraged that, you know, I can't hold her accountable for that.
Yeah, you can, because look what type of people you come from. I can't fuck with you.
Okay. Next subject. I ain't blocking that.
She could have said, yeah, she could have said no. She could have said nah at any point. That nah, man, that's all a lie. She knew the gravity of that situation, bro.
And all her shit.
I think that any woman or man, or if you accuse somebody of raping you, and it found that like whatever sentence the person would have gotten, you should get plus like another 5 years. Straight the fuck up. And if they did serve time, then you also got to serve that much time, because you taking somebody, you were tarnishing someone's reputation, you were taking their freedom. Like that's an accusation that you don't fuck around with.
Her ass is fat shit.
I don't give a fuck if it was Beyonce. I don't care. That's some shit that, like, if somebody accused me of stealing from them, right, and then they put me in a situation where it looked like if they lied and said you stole some money from me, now motherfuckers look at me like I'm dishonest and like I'm a fucking thief, knowing I didn't do it, and then the same person was like, "All right, my bad. I'm sorry I did X, Y, Z to you." If they put you in any kind of position to make you look like you might do something like that again, that's some shit. That's some weird shit. I wouldn't try. I don't give a fuck how beautiful she is. There's a lot of beautiful bitches out in the world. She's not the only one. I guarantee you, she's not the only one. But that's me. But on the other side of it, if someone like that lady who accused that dude in at Alabama, he was a football player. He was about to get, the draft was just about to start. She accused him of doing shit. He goes to jail, and right before that, he actually starts his sentence, comes to light that he did, and it's on YouTube. Her rolling her eyes, like she's fucking this white bitch is rolling her eyes as they're reading the lies and all that shit that was what she accused him of doing and what they found out. So she got 10 months. Bro was gonna get 10 years. She got 10 months, and she was like rolling her eyes at that shit. Like, bitch, you lucky that you got one fraction of what he was gonna like. And she was mad at the fact that they caught her in a lie.
Hey, no. I get you to a certain extent. To shoot shorty from Kate. Yeah, okay. Granted, I was on parole at the time, but she didn't do it herself. And we were younger, and it's not like she had full control over it. Like, her mother forced her boyfriend to do it, who was a cop. And I don't think she
testified. That's like the Nazis that say, "Well, it wasn't me. Hitler told me to do it, and I was just rolling with everybody else." Bro, we got free will at some point, man. We got free will, man. And she knew the gravity of that shit, even if she didn't know at some point, bro. She knew, like, at some point that shit was serious. It wasn't no just speculation, man. Your ass is gonna be locked the fuck up. And the problem about going to jail,
they discontinued them this week.
Her homegirl, it was real fun because her homegirl did stop bringing her around. You know what I'm saying? So I don't know.
Man, your ass could go in jail and really be stuck on some bullshit in a place that you ain't got no business being, and pick up all kind of charges and bullshit about some shit that you ain't got no business being in the first fucking place.
Yeah, I can't knock that. That could have went that way. That it could have went that way. And like I said, luckily, I got family who they are, and they was able to get it to go another way and make it, make the people listen to me. But I just think in that situation, she was a victim as much as me.
I don't know, bro. I don't know the situation, so I can't speak on it. But I tell you this much: look at the Michael Jackson situation, where all the motherfuckers were saying, "Yeah." Looking at that shit, like if you break that situation now, those were all kids, and you look at the parents. Even after those kids at the time they were kids, none of them came out and were still talking that crazy shit, except for the broke motherfuckers who was getting on that Gayle shit when they tried to make a fucking spiteful ass documentary after. Because there's no way in the fuck that this black man raped all these white kids, and then a jury of white people decided this man was innocent, and nothing happened to these motherfuckers. They took pictures of that man. All that shit was just ridicule and bullshit.
I think the parents should be held accountable, to be honest. I think in a lot of situations when it comes to these kids, that the parents should be accountable for their actions.
Of course. But you did see the kids when they became adults. You didn't see them like still with no venom and no anger, none of that shit. That was all bullshit, bro. Yeah. It's all bullshit.
Yeah. I've heard someone say that, it's Stockholm syndrome. Like they love and they accept it, or they've been through so much therapy that they moved on. I'm like, nah, if somebody ran a dick in you and you ain't want it, you don't move on from that. Like, you don't move on from a random dick running up in you. Maybe I'm a man.
It would be forever fuck that nigga. Like,
yeah, like it's like don't even say that nigga name, nigga. Don't say MJ. Don't say I can't watch Spider-Man. I can't watch basketball. I don't wear shoes. Like, I would be mentally fucked up forever.
Forever, bro.
That's not like a light situation that a lot of people don't take into, like, how, like, somebody doing something like that especially if you're a child and you don't know, like you said, that shit's gonna stay with you for fucking ever.
Yeah.
There's nothing that's going to make you feel like, oh, well, I mean, it happened. It's right. Like, no, it's gonna be in your fucking mind for the rest of your life, and it's gonna fuck up how you see everybody else after the fact. And it doesn't even have to be a child. Like, you could be a grown ass person, grown ass adult, and then
But
that
that's why
happens.
we had the whole thing with trigger warning, because it reacts. If something happens that makes you, and I hate how they try to pull a gun into it, trigger. But yeah, because it resets something, it makes you react because it's something that sets you off. And like you saying, it ain't gonna just go away. As an adult, as a child, as an adolescent, as an elderly, it's going to be there.
Man, well, most of that stuff be about money, because you see that shit in families all the time. When you go to weddings and funerals and shit, you find out all the dirty ass secrets of Uncle such and such, Ray fucking with such and such niece, or the little dirty cousin that was a little slow that was fucking with all the little younger kids. You find out shit that they keep all these family secrets and nobody ever says anything. Why? Because it's embarrassing. And there's no money involved. It's no money involved. They know it's no money involved. And it's embarrassing, so they keep it like a family secret. And the fucked up thing is the person that's the custodial parent of that person, of that child, or that whoever the fuck, they won't say nothing, and then they'll bring that motherfucker around other people's kids and won't even warn the motherfucker, and just act like nothing happened, man. That's the fucking crazy part about that shit. That's the most fucked up part about it.
Like
motherfuckers are pieces of shit.
Back in the 90s, that shit was common, bro.
Being half white, the Irish side of my family do, what I'm saying? They might hear this and hate me, but I remember certain uncles wasn't allowed in the house. And I found out later on down the road, like, my father pulled me to the side, like, hey, yeah, that nigga fucked up. Like, he'd be like, hey, yo, yeah. He was fucking his own daughter. Like, yeah. He come around this motherfucker, you let me know. Don't let that motherfucker come around here.
Hey, yeah, man.
Don't send my granddaughter over there to get babysit. I promise you, it will be a lot of shit going on. Like,
yeah, man.
It's gonna be, I'm going to jail, and you're gonna have to figure out another father, because that's just, I ain't letting that nigga watch my granddaughter. So like, but because he's the uncle who had the money, it's a lot of people let that shit go.
Yeah, man. That shit is wild.
But you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Yeah, these motherfuckers be creeps, man. And the thing is, man, a lot of times they've been tested. It'd be a cycle for real.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, man, I dealt when I worked at Skyline and like their youth center, man. A lot of them kids was touched by the closest people to them, man, and that shit really fucked them up. So I always feel like, man, I don't even want my kids to go to nobody's house. Like, none of that shit, bro. Like, no, y'all can't spend the night. Y'all can spend the night over here, but ain't. And shit, kids is even wild. Like, so you got to watch the kids, what they doing in the room.
Yeah. Listen, man, I used to look at my father weird. He'd be like, man, we all speaking, being straight transparent. I got 5 kids. So my father, like, especially my oldest, he's like, hey, you send them over such and such. Yeah. Make sure he good. Did you check him? Like, what you mean check him? Why would I look at my son's ass? Like, why would I look at it? Did you talk to him? Did you make sure nobody touched him? Like, in my mind, I'm like, what type of weird shit is you on? Because I've always been only around my father while I was an adolescent. But then later on, as him or other family members who, I started to get relationships with, tell me like, yo, there's a lot of pedophiles in this motherfucker. There's a lot of motherfuckers fucking their own daughters, fucking their grandkids. Like, these white motherfuckers are sick. And then I started noticing, oh, this is why he was telling me, like, don't send him here. Don't, did you make sure he okay? Have you talked to him? And people, yes, the child go through a lot, but people don't even think about what the parent will go through, because the type of mentality, like, if you let something like that happen, if you let something like that happen to your child, what it does to your psyche. Because 1, you will feel like you put them in an unsafe environment. 2, you will try to, like, you will become so conscious and so over, like, you start to overcorrect, where not only does it affect your life, but it affects your child's life.
Dog, I feel like I failed my child as a parent or something.
Yeah.
Like the one time I was supposed to protect you, I couldn't. You're
That's
not even
not.
gonna look at me like your protector no more because I couldn't protect you when you needed me the most.
I remember going over a great
Yeah,
uncle house. You know what I'm saying? My grandmother took me over one of her brother house, one of my great uncle houses. And my father like badgering me. I'm like, bro, what the fuck is wrong with you? Like you asking me these weird ass questions. Like I got mad. Like, come on, man. Why is you?
Hey,
It made me uncomfortable.
hey,
But you
Combo, and
know,
that's why niggas
but you know,
say,
most of these women, you won't find a woman. Like I've never been with a woman in my adult life that hasn't had some kind of molestation, some type of rape. Like you start talking to these women and you ask them, and you'll see. Most
Yeah.
women they deal with that shit and they don't
it's
say
very
anything.
common.
Either when they was children or teenagers or young adults when they went to college, military, whatever. That's very common for women not to say anything for whatever reason. I don't know. We're not women, so I don't know. But it's common for it not to be reported, and it's also common for within the families. Really, when that shit happens, a lot of times, like such and such got a lot of kids, and those kids end up at somebody's house, and everybody happy. Oh, she kept the kids together. She did a great job, but then you kind of found out later that this motherfucker, not her, but one of her sons, was raping or touching the kids.
And
That
she
was,
knew
you
that
know,
shit and didn't do
and
nothing.
she ain't say
you know what
shit.
though?
Yep.
A lot of times it's the female, you know, and I'm not going to go too deep into this, but I'm a victim of molestation, and that's where I'm gonna leave it at. And it's nothing that like it's hard to talk about. It's hard to bring out. It's hard to even address. Now I wasn't touched by no nigga, but you know what I'm saying. Shit happened, and
you know what else too?
you don't know. You don't truly understand.
But that shit could have fucked you up even worse. The female.
That's probably why I try to date an Oakland bitch. Who knows?
Hey, here you go. Hey, listen though, but you know too though, that's why people listen. That's why people stay with people they shouldn't, because you want to be around your kids just for shit like that not to happen. Like your
Yeah.
girl get a boyfriend or some shit, and you can't be there how you want
Man.
to, man. That shit's scary, bro.
But it gets
'Cause you
turned
gotta
up.
control. You gotta.
It get turned up, and you get looked at like, oh, you insecure or you worried about man. I don't give a fuck about your nigga. He can fuck you, gut you out. Listen, one thing about me, when I had you, I done slutted you out, shorty. So ain't nothing this nigga gonna do that I haven't done. The question is, I don't trust this nigga around my children because I know he not like me, and I know you are who the fuck you are. So I'm good. Keep them niggas away from my kids.
Peep this, nigga. When I first split with my first baby mama, I wanted her to meet my second baby mama, have a conversation with her. She would never even have a conversation with her, bro. Like, she still don't know to this day who her daughter around. But now, fast forward, she got a boyfriend, and you ain't giving me that courtesy that I offered you. I offered you, let's sit down and y'all meet and talk so
Yeah.
y'all can all the shit. Like, nigga, I don't give a fuck who you fucking with. We ain't fucking with each other in 8 years. But my daughter not about to be calling no nigga daddy, and I need to check the temperature of a nigga my daughter gonna be in the house with.
Shit, I sent money. I sent you the video. I remember when you was looking for video.
Yeah.
I sent you the video of me talking to the nigga. You know what I'm saying? Like, as a man, I need to check that nigga temperature and see what's good. You know what I'm saying? What, like, listen, whatever she tell you, I don't give a fuck.
Damn, I'm gonna let my son call another nigga daddy. Nigga, please.
Listen,
My
my
daughter-
hold on, cuz. That shit gonna happen if you're not with them. So I'm gonna give it to you like raw and uncut real quick. My first son, me and his mother wasn't together none of his life. My oldest, and it was a time when he was living with me for a time. I remember he was with his mom's. My son called me. I got a phone call at 3 a.m. I answered my phone. I'm in the bed with my ex-wife. Man, we sleep. This nigga talking about it was a Saturday night. I remember like no, it was a Friday night. It was Saturday morning, Friday night. This nigga talking about, Dad, I want to talk to you. She's like, I don't know why he want to talk to you so bad. I don't know why he want to talk to you so bad. He's like, hey, he talking to me. Hey, Dad, remember the toy? Remember the game? He had to be like 5, 6. This nigga, I could peep. He walks into another room. He said, hey, my stepdad just hit me. I said, what you mean he hit you? What you do, Because as a man, I understand. I know my child. So, I understand. Listen, he might have to discipline him from time to time, long as he ain't no crazy shit. Now, me and this nigga never had a conversation before. She'd have married this nigga when she found out I got married. She ran off and got married, whatever. He said, no, Dad. My mouth is bleeding. This nigga hit me.
Oh, man.
Hey, cuz.
Oh, man.
When I say my ex-wife, before I got out the bed, my shoes was at the foot of the bed. She said, she's like, you need me to call your brothers? Nah, don't call nobody. Apparently, this bitch called my brothers because I'm at the door. Before I try to get up the stairs to kick the door in, she lived on the other side of the I lived out Maryland. As soon as I got my money right, I moved the fuck from DC. So I was way out like Temple Hills, Maryland. My brothers lived right around the corner of my baby mother, still in the same hood. Man, my brother, my older brother, my little brother was right there, like, hey, just calm down. Once a nigga come out, yada, 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 yada. I'm like, nah, fuck it. I ain't trying to hear none of this shit. My phone blowing up. She's like, he lying. Like, bitch, send my son out. That's the only thing that's gonna save anybody tonight. Send my motherfucking son out. I don't give a fuck. Just send my son out. You know what I'm saying? Like, nah, you ain't gonna tell me my 5-year-old son, 6-year-old son lying to me about a nigga. I don't give a fuck. So I'm like, it's up and it's gonna always be up, nigga. Your mama, your grandmama. You know what I'm saying? Like, nigga, I know where you from, nigga. You from this part of the city, nigga. Your grandmother live right here, the address. You might not never bumped into me, nigga, but trust me, I done already checked all that shit.
Man, these are great segues tonight because I had another question for the fellas, man. Well, not for everybody, really. I wish the
Segue
ladies
king.
was up here. But I wanted to know, how do y'all feel like breakups affect the kids in the relationship, right? Because my parents split up when I was a kid, and I feel like I rebelled kind of, but like my dad was in jail for most of my childhood, so it wasn't really like that effective. You feel me? Like he was gone for most of my childhood, then he came home for a cool amount of years, and then was gone again. So it was like, oh, that's normal. Like, but
Well, if I may,
That's my fear, though. That's my fear. That's how, bro. Let me tell you, my pops, Coop, you know, that's my nigga. You know what I'm saying? You know, that's my fucking dog, right? But as a kid, you don't really understand. Me, you had this conversation plenty of times. This is why I say, man, you gotta have a conversation with your kids for real, bro. Like, if it's like the end of the road, you gotta do it. Like, you got niggas just gotta go. You know what I'm saying? Because, bro, that shit do something to you, man. Like, not having your parent in the house, you know what I'm saying, all day. You know what I mean? Like, you can always go to them. You know what I'm saying? You can't see them all the time, bro. That shit affects you, bro. And that's my biggest fear of being done, but not being able to be done because of 4 kids. You know.
Did you start
That's the
off with
biggest.
with your mother and father in the house?
who,
Yeah,
me?
they was together
Oh,
the first
no,
4 years.
The first 4 years?
First 4 to 5 years.
All right. Well, anybody else? Anybody else got statements? Money? I know you work with a lot of children, a lot of youth
And you
in
know,
Pittsburgh.
the thing is,
But
the
it
thing is though, you don't realize until you older, right? So when you're young, you always want your parents to be back together again. You're like, oh, I want this. You want it so bad that you become bitter. You feel what I'm saying?
Yeah.
but
And that's a problem.
it depends on it really depends on the custodial parent. Whoever the parent is who has that child, a lot of that shit depends on that parent. Because a lot of people don't handle that shit correctly. And they really set the tone for that shit. They can either make that shit a good experience or they can completely fuck that shit up and make it horrible and make that shit unbearable. It's really up to the custodial parent how much of that shit they control. Because at some point, kids gonna be teenagers and they're gonna start manipulating that situation. And if you made this shit toxic as fuck, that shit becomes impossible, man. Because you don't even know what the fuck is going on. Because you don't have no line of communication with the kid because the kid is lying. And now you got no communication with the other parent that y'all should be able to figure some shit out. But that shit becomes toxic as fuck. So, I mean, it just depends on who's got the kid, how the temperature of that shit rolls, really.
Okay. Understand.
Let me say this too, though. Let me say this too. I did this shit deep in the rap. And I'm gonna say this too, though, right? You as a kid really don't understand the dynamic, and you really don't give a fuck. You just want your parents to be there. You know what I'm saying? And that's like the biggest thing. And the biggest fear for me is if I break up, then the games begin where you hide the kid, not being able to see the kid, not being able to be with your kid, you know what I'm saying, having to fight and go to court and all the extra shit where it's like people say, it's cheaper to keep her. Those are the fears that niggas like us have. It's like we don't know what's on the other side. So we kind of say, man, all right, fuck it. I'm gonna just, you know.
But you know what's
Everybody
crazy?
don't get lucky.
You know what's crazy? They know that. They know that. Like, and you know, I hate to do this. You know what I'm saying? To keep putting myself out there like that, but I feel like as a young man, I need to hear this. Just this November 2022, I was locked up. Just because I was trying to see my kids. I just got the body worn camera footage today from the police because it's something called the Freedom of Information Act, which allows you to receive any documents or any thing dealing with law enforcement or medical assistance, anything like that, right? I had to subpoena that just to get the footage. And you can see the cops talking to me like, man, I'm watching it today while I'm at work. Like, it bring back pain. All I was trying to do was feed my motherfucking kids. But the games was getting played. And all she said, and this bitch lied and said I kicked her door in. I'm like, dog, if I kick the door in, the door won't be on the hinges. I know how to kick a door in. It ain't no way it's still gonna be on the hinges because I'm gonna kick at the doorknob. When you kick at the doorknob, it breaks the block and everything. But you can't say that to the cops. Like, that shit right there is so true because a man would stick around and fight and hurt and suffer and drown just to protect his children. But when you go the right way of being in the courts and dealing with it, you get second-handed.
True. So I brought this conversation up because my little daughter, right? Like, she been rebelling. She been acting out like a motherfucker at school. Every day she bring up the fact that me and her mama broke up. Like, we still live together, but we don't fuck with it. Like, she in one room, I'm in another. Like, we ain't talking to each other. We ain't going on family outings no more. None of that. So she don't see the family dynamic. Like, so now she be bringing that shit up every day. And the school even called me like, I don't know if it's a change going on with Aubrey, but like, hold on.
So real
What
quick,
you need?
you good? So
Go in your room. Bye. I love you, but
he go
bye.
from that to what you need. Go in your room. Bye. I love you.
Bye. I love you.
Bro, I was just gonna say, look, he was just talking about, man, we got to put more time on our kids. Then hold on, what? Get your ass. But hey, bro, I'm not saying
Hey
that
man,
to judge you because I'm the same way. I was just sitting there like, man, I'm watching a movie with my daughter, man, spend some time while I'm hearing all this shit. Man, I watched one show, some cooking show. I'm like, man, take your ass in the room. You doing too much talking and shit.
bro.
Looking in front of that TV. But I do agree, man. We gotta invest in our children, man, and acting out. I don't know, man, because it's like, how can you really change that? It's like if y'all ain't working, it ain't like you can repair that just to make her. You know what I mean? So it's like, how do you even
But
address
get
that?
it. But get a counselor. You
depends
get a
on.
counseling though. You get a counseling. That's how you deal with that. Like you're not gonna fix you and your ex situation, but you get a counselor. You talk to her. Like a lot of that is just talking and spending time in the familiarity and hear what the fuck she got to say. Get her some counseling, bro. Because a lot of times we're not equipped to know how to deal with shit, and that's cool. Get her some help. Like it's help. It's assistance available. We don't have to figure every fucking thing out. That's another problem that we have. Is like as men, we try to do too much shit, bro. You're not a fucking superhero. You can't do every goddamn thing. That shit is hard. Parenting is fucking difficult. That's the most difficult, most thankless job you'll ever have. And when the shit is over, you did the best you could do. Like you did the best you could do with it. And when you don't know something, just seek some help from somebody. You know, go because especially when they little, like call the school. The school got resources. They got counselors. They got programs for that kind of shit. They got a lot of money that's available for those kind of things, and we don't exercise it. We try to do shit the best that we know how, and it might not, it might work out great, it might not, but just use the resources that are available for you. But like those situations with parents and shit, that shit gets difficult because everybody got a different tool set, and you're only doing the best you could do. And it's hard to say it now because like we're all parents. Like when you're a kid, you don't look at it like that. But when you're in the midst of it, then you kind of it's cement in your feet. Like, okay, this is what's going on. But as a kid, the kids don't see it. So you got to get as much counseling help as you can. And a lot of that just depends on your relationship with the ex. And it's only so much of that you can help. Like, man, listen, man, if you break up with a bride and y'all got like serious beef, it ain't a whole lot you could do about that, man. I'm not trying to get with your ass, so I'm not really compromising with you. I'm not trying to understand you like that. All of that, nah, man, we need to keep this shit cordial, and if we can't do that, we not together, so it's only so much I'm gonna do. But outside of that, what you can do is you can get counseling. You can get counseling and have a line of communication with your kids, because if you don't, when they become teenagers, they're gonna play on that shit. They're gonna use that shit to manipulate that situation, and they're gonna have your ass fucked up. You ain't gonna know what's up and what's down, and you not gonna know because she not gonna tell you shit.
Yeah.
And you ain't gonna trust her. You ain't gonna trust her, and then the kid know that, so they gonna manipulate that shit like all kids do when they become teenagers.
Yeah.
So get
My
ass
daughter-
counseling, bro.
My 9-year-old already manipulates the situation between me and her mama. Like, we ain't been together since my daughter was 7 months.
That's
So
a
she
child's
go over
job.
there and tell her one thing, do all this little type of shit. She can go over to her mama house and do whatever she want. But she with me 5 days a week. Like, you go to your mama on the weekends. I've been your primary parent your whole childhood. So when she go over there, it's free world. She ain't gotta listen to daddy rules. She ain't gotta do none of that shit. And
So
that's why me and her bump heads and clash a lot.
So what I will say is, going back to the core of the question, the core of this conversation is, I think the difference is, and this is me speaking from my perspective and what I've encountered and seen, the difference is what the children knows, right? If that child knows mommy and daddy together and they're accustomed to that, it hits a little different than with the child that only know mommy and daddy separate. It was harder for my oldest son to understand me and his mother being cordial than it is right now. Like I just got my 5-year-old son for the first time since October last weekend, and it killed my soul when he's like, "Hey, daddy," I was getting in the bed. He's like, "Daddy, wait for mommy." Like that shit killed my soul. Even if I can't stand the bitch, like. Even if I hate her and I know that, listen, this shorty just got me locked up, lying, like his mother may not be shit. But the fact that he opened his mouth like, "Hey, daddy, you going to bed? Wait for mommy." Because he knows that normally we put them to bed, then we put mommy to bed. I mean, then me and daddy and mommy go to bed. And that right there, as a man, hurt me. It hurt me to my core. And I don't know personally at this point in my life how to navigate those waters and explain to him that, hey, that's not going to happen ever again. You're never going to see daddy and mommy around each other again. But, I don't want to be cold because I learned with my oldest son, saying mind your business, stay in a child's place doesn't fix it. Because while
That's what I'm saying, money. But you get them counseling, money. That's what I'm telling you. Look, I got 3 daughters. I did
money up, man. It's combo.
Oh, this combo. Okay, I can't even see it. Yeah, y'all sound similar, man.
Nah,
But get a counseling, man. Get them counseling, bro.
Hey,
Get them counseling, bro. I did that shit 3 times already, bro. I got 3 adult children, bro. Did that shit.
Well, he's this one. He's 5, so I can't get him counseling. All I will say this, and listen. I've been in and out of incarceration. I've been going through a lot of shit.
But wait, why you can't say it again? Combo, why you can't get him counseling? Say it again. Why you can't get him counseling?
I don't think he's 5, and like my son is he's not verbally developing the way he needs to due to environmental circumstances. I would say that. And until he can really truly articulate himself the way he needs to get his words across, all I can do is just hold him and love him. That's my answer to it. Hold him and love him. Granted, my father said the same thing you said. Like, man, you need to get him a therapist. You got the money, pay for that shit.
Well, the school will pay for it a lot of times. Schools pay for therapists. They pay for counseling. They pay for a lot of shit that you think that you don't have resources. Call that school up and exercise the resources because they have a lot of resources.
She done made that boy miss 26 days of school this year.
Bro, you still like look, I'm just telling you, like a lot of times, like don't put all that shit on. I'm telling you, as a person who done raised 3 adult kids, don't put all that shit on yourself. Don't put use the resources as you see fit, but don't feel like you got to go alone because a lot of times you don't, and it's a lot of pressure, man. You don't have to figure all this shit out by yourself. Your tax dollars pay for a lot of things, man. Your school have a lot of resources. Your neighborhood centers have a lot of resources. Your city count, a lot of resources are allocated to your cities, to your school systems. There's a lot of resources that are allocated that your tax dollars pay for that we never take advantage of. You being a citizen of this country. So you don't have to do that, and you don't have to keep going into this endless battle with the baby mama forever. There's other ways to finagle that system. I'm telling you, as a person who's done it that way, that a lot of times don't always work. There's a better way than that, man. And at the end of a lot of the times, you end up burning a lot of energy on bullshit when it's a lot of other ways that are actually successful ways to do it. And you could do everything the way that you feel fit, and it might not turn out the way that you want, but don't stop with like trying to carry everything yourself is what I'm saying. Don't never think that you got to carry everything yourself.
Because you're funny. I'm laughing because the judge just told me that 2 weeks ago, and I'm $10K in on lawyer fees.
Yeah, don't take it yourself, bro. There's a lot of resources out here, bro. A lot of money.
Shout out to Charisma.
Shout out to Charisma, the queen.
Hey, what's good, fellas?
That's a real queen right there. Let me tell you, she posted something on Facebook, and I said, "That's a queen, bro."
What's your point of view on what we're speaking about here? You know, I'm not trying to single you out as the sole woman on this panel, but just your view, and it's all respected and accepted.
So, what I think is that, you know, if two parents aren't getting along, it's better for the parents to be separate and, you know, work together as a unit to raise their child, rather than the parents be together and then it be a toxic environment and the kid grow up watching their mom and dad fight. And that's why I left the situation that I was in with my ex-husband, is because we was getting into it too much. It was toxic, you know, and I didn't want my daughter growing up watching that. You know, I was just like, you know, we can't be together. You know, we can co-parent, you know, we can be cordial for our child, and, you know, that's it. Because I'm definitely not going to model an unhealthy relationship for our daughter. You know, like, I don't want her to grow up thinking that it's okay for her dad to be calling her mom out her name, you know, putting his hands on her mom and doing all that. That's not what's going down. So I think if the situation is not healthy between the two parents, then they need to be apart. And you got to, you know, explain to the child if the child is older and kind of sees what's going on. You know, daddy and mommy are not going to be together anymore. We both love you. You know, we both love you the same. And, you know, that's it. Really.
And you know what I'm happy about, man? I'm happy my parents, they did a good job of not letting us manipulate the situation. Like, so anytime I say something bad about my dad, my mom would say, "Shut the fuck up, that's still your dad." If I said something about my mom, my dad would say, "Nigga, shut the fuck up," sock me in my chest, say, "Get your ass in the room, that's your mama." You know what I'm saying? So I'm happy about that, because as I got older, I could make a decision on my own. So my decision about my father wasn't created by my mom. It was created on my I guess the development of how me and his relationship is. You know what I'm saying? And I grew as a kid. I grew as an adult to understand shit. Life happens. So you know what I'm saying? Shit ain't what we always think it is. You know what I'm saying? But the years of, you know, just being like sad that my parents are not together, being sad that I can only see my dad on the weekends. You know what I'm saying? You understand that, and I know we're gonna talk to our kids and explain that shit to them, because it's important to communicate these things to your children. Also, as a selfish parent, that's one thing I would rather just take all the fucking headaches, the fucking arguments, all the shit. As long as it's not in front of my kids, we can argue from the sun up to sundown. Just don't argue in front of my fucking kids. And as long as I can do that, I'll be miserable forever. You know what I'm saying? As long as I know I can take my kids to school, pick them up.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? All the shit. You dig what I'm saying?
Nah, I feel you. Hey, one thing I want to do real quick is Miss Charisma, I want to give you your flowers, because you did something that was very informative to me. When you were speaking, you went from saying your child to our child. That speaks a lot in maturity and growth because a lot of individuals, or let's say a lot of women, they only look at the child as a property of theirs or a piece of them,
Mhm.
and not as a property of the unit. And just to show that you actually self-corrected and was able to identify that you made that mistake and you misspoke and you corrected yourself and spoke as the child as a property of the unit and not just solely yourself, shows a sample of growth. I don't know exactly how far the growth has been, but I do appreciate that you have been able to achieve that level of growth.
That's what Oakland women
Thank
do,
you.
man.
She
Thank you. I
can't be from
appreciate
Oakland.
that.
No, she's not
I
from
am
Oakland.
from Oakland. I am.
No, you can't be.
That's Dr. Cabo Phil.
No, no
Uh,
way, no way. She's from Oakland with that type of self accountability. From what I know, Oakland women don't have accountability. They don't even have marriage
nah.
license.
Dr. Shabazz Muhammad combination Akbari.
No. Because listen, little words like that and little situations like that mean it makes a lot of sense, and it all adds up into the personality and the persona and the opportunity the children get. Like I was saying before, my oldest son, he doesn't understand how it is for me and his mother to be together. My youngest kids, they don't understand how it is for me and my kids to be apart. When I see my 1-year-old daughter and my 5-year-old son, they when they look up and their mom's not there, they're like, "What the fuck is going on? Why is daddy here and mommy not here? Or why is mommy here and daddy's not here?" It doesn't register them. But it also goes back to what Coop said when I had like my 13-year-old son, my oldest son, he knows how to manipulate the game. Like he literally had a situation where he has second and third degree burns on his arms and legs, and and this is what I would say to men. This is a mistake I made. I never stopped being a father. And because father to me is heat and pressure, I didn't know how to be cooling and sensitive. And because of that, my son thought his responsibility was to protect his mother. So when she lit a candle that caught him on fire, he decided his job was to protect her, thinking that I would get mad at her. And in that fear, I wasn't truly informed of what happened to him. So my son had a candle. He was in. Apparently, what had happened was the blanket. His mother lit candles, and the candles fell over the blanket. The candles fell on the blanket. He was wrapped in the blanket. The blanket caught fire. He had second and third degree burns on his arms. When I seen my son, he said, "Oh my, I was at my friend's house, and my friend's house caught on fire. His apartment caught on fire, and it's happened." So he thought that was a sufficient excuse. And when I snapped on his mother, I probably shouldn't have done it in front of him. But my snap was more or less, why the fuck am I just finding out now my son had burns? Why the fuck I didn't find out the moment a fire touched him? I should have been informed. I don't give a fuck. The moment that you knew, before you even went to the hospital, I should have fucking knew. And she was like, hold on. It didn't happen like that. It was at my house, and my hands on fire too. And I put the fire out. Granted, yeah, in front of him, I probably shouldn't have said, "Bitch, I will cut your fucking hands off. I don't care." But when you're not, when you're with the children and the mother, and you're not together, you two have to have a strong unit. Even if outside of you're not together, you have a strong unit and a strong will of communication and a lot of vulnerability to say, if I'm right or wrong, for the betterment of this child, I will disclose all information because at the end of the day, whatever y'all got going on doesn't matter. It's about the betterment of this child and the ability for this child to progress and grow.
So
Hey
it's like
man,
speaking of growth, I want to say something because I'm currently going through something right now with with her dad. He hasn't come to get her in a year and a half. He's upset about the situation with me, the divorce with me and him, and he didn't like how the custody court case went. So he just decided that he's just going to pay child support and that he's not going to see her anymore. So recently he's been emailing me, like making death threats and stuff to me. And he's been abusive to me before, and he's like continuously like doing this. Like he's been emailing me like every month or every other month. I've been ignoring him for a year, but I recently had just said something back like, why do you keep emailing me? Like, please stop. then he just like sends me all these paragraphs and try to tear me down. But I just tell him, like, I hope that you get the help that you need. I don't have to tear you down. Our daughter is healthy, she's safe, and that's all I care about. But he's talking to me about how I'm single and I don't have a man and all this, and nobody's gonna want me because I'm a single mom and all this stuff. I literally ignore everything that he says and just tell him, like, I hope that you get the help that you need. I'm focused on our child and take care. That's growth. I don't never speak on him to my daughter, tell her bad things about him, any of that, because when I look at my child, I see him. I see all the good parts of him in her. She looks just like him.
Y'all sure she from Oakland?
Yeah.
She
Yeah,
has to say hell of her. She's very articulate. I don't think she's from the Bay. She got to be from DC.
No, I'm from Oakland.
And she a scientist, nigga. Now what? Yeah.
Did you?
Yeah.
But let me ask you a question. Did you recently start dating somebody serious or something for him to like get irritated or something? It's just a lot of times.
Not at all.
No, I'm gonna tell
he's
you
actually dating somebody, and he's bragging about her to me, and I'm just like, okay, like,
can I tell
good
you what
for
it is
you?
without no disrespect?
What?
He loves you, and he's on child support. The finances. If you took him off of child support, either two things are going to happen. He's going to step up, or you're not going to hear from him again.
Yeah, I understand that the money situation doesn't matter. He just doesn't, like, want to be there.
I hear you, but to him, I'm telling you, man to woman.
Bro, you might have just said some of the most intelligent shit I've ever heard.
It's the child support.
Like, because I'm really sitting there thinking about that. Like,
it's
if
either
he didn't have,
I'm 5 kids in with one child, and I just changed my picture. I have one daughter who has autism. I'm 14. I pay $1,400 a month for child support for her. Do I want to be in her life? Yes, I love to be in her life. I would love to be active in her life. But a man who doesn't have the revenue, that destroys him, and because it affects his life and affects his ability to like I was saying earlier, a man is.
You think it's resentment?
Not just only resentment. It takes away your value. When a man loses his revenue, he loses his value. Right? The whole child support system is fucked up because one, they charge you at a fee at a price that's before tax. But then you get taxed at a 10% or whatever rate, whatever tax bracket you're in, you're taxed at that rate. So let's say you make $60,000 a year, they're going to say after taxes you make $50,000 a year, but the child support is calculated at $60,000 a year. So you got to pay as if you're making 60, but you're only making 50, plus everything else is coming out your check. So it really knocks you down to make like 20 to 30,000 a year, which makes you less presentable to the next woman. Then you have the woman who you're with in the ear, who's like, oh yeah, you're paying for her car note, you're paying for her apartment. Like, I've had that issue where like, oh, you're paying for an apartment. Well, bitch, don't matter. You don't work anyway. I pay for this one too. I got the money. Sit down and shut the fuck up. And some men who are not mature enough would say, you know what? I'm going to take this resentment out on my child. And then every other month, he's sending you crazy emails. And those emails are, I love my child, but you're killing me financially. And I don't know how to say these things. So I'm just going to keep lashing out and try to make you feel as though you're less of what you're doing. And because now the child is an extension of you, I have to hate the child because it's part of you.
Well, the thing is like, even before I put him on it, I was asking him, like, can you help me out with the child care? Without the courts, I'm asking him, look, okay, we're not going to be together. Can you help me out with a certain amount of months so I can put her in daycare? Because I got to go back to work now since we're not being together. He didn't want to do nothing. He didn't want to comply. Then he started threatening me. Then he started doing all these things. So it's like, I don't have any choice. When people act like that, you don't have any choice but to go through the court because they get irrational. You can't deal with somebody that acts like that.
Correct.
I don't deal with that. I'm not putting up with that. So it's like, I try to work with you. You know what I'm saying? I try to be cordial with you. I did everything that I could to not go to the courts because I was trying to work with him to where I was like, okay, my baby, when we split up, my baby was like 11, 12 months. So I'm bringing the baby to his job site just so he could see her. I'm video calling him with the baby. I'm telling him, hey, call her today. She needs to see you. She needs to hear your voice when you come to see her. Like, I'm doing all this. He's not doing any of that. He's living his life, got all these girlfriends and, doing whatever. He's not even worried about her. So it's not like he wants to be in her life. He's actually lying, saying that he only has 2 kids, and he's telling people that she doesn't even exist. So,
Okay. So
yeah.
hear me out. The girlfriends and living his life wasn't an attack on the child. It's an attack at you. It's like, hey, listen, I'm desirable. I want you to desire me because these other people are desiring me, and I'm worth this. That's why I started off by saying
But
he loves
the
you.
combo the combo in this situation, like no matter what his feelings is, he needs to take care of his daughter.
No. I'm not knocking.
No,
I'm
but
not knocking.
let me finish. But that gets to the point of the original question what Coop was saying. Like when people separate, like it's always somebody who got this warped sense of the relationship that's not reality. But that's not the other person's problem that you got this fucked up view of our relationship. Like it's not her job to make him feel comfortable with what he needs to be doing. So that's not her responsibility to do anything for that motherfucker if he don't realize that he need to take care of his kid. Because we all know men that need to be on child support. There's plenty of motherfuckers that have to be on child support because they won't do shit for their kid and they do all this weird shit. So like in that situation, yeah, they do some weird ass shit. Like that's not the other person's problem, and vice versa. It's not the man. It's not the man to go and try to fix the situation with his ex's baby mama that she just get all fucking emotional and crazy. It's not like this. It's not the other person's responsibility to fix the other person's fuck ups when it comes to those kids. You just do your part. It's hard enough being a parent on your end. I can't fix your fuck ups. I'm trying to figure this shit out myself. I can't fix your fuck ups and my fuck ups because I'm a human being and I'm trying to do this shit. I can't do both.
Correct, Pitt.
So the child support ain't got nothing to do. Child support is a financial commitment, and everybody who gets on child support at some point, that shit, if you actually pay it, at some point that shit don't get that serious because you know what happens? You make more fucking money, man. You figure the shit out, bro. That shit ain't that serious.
Yeah. So I tell you this. Let me tell you this though. No lie, my dad for sure needs to go child support. You mean? That nigga there, boy, he need to get on some child support. It's that nigga there, boy.
So, like, no disrespect. You know what I'm saying? Like, information is key, right? As black women, I want them to give the information. I want to receive the information from black women and black queens that I need to succeed. And as a black man or as a man, I want to be able to give my sisters the information they need to receive. So long as we have the cheat code to the test, why would I not give her the cheat code? I'm not saying, hey, dude, get away with it. I'm saying, hey, this is why he's thinking this way, or this is a probability of why he's thinking this way, right? And 110% what you said is true, Pitts. 7 years ago, that 1,400 would have killed me probably. Now, where I'm at now, I paid that shit come out, and I don't even notice it come out my check. To be honest, I'm like, oh, I paid that much a month. Oh well, keep moving forward because I'm gonna keep making money. Like it's not gonna stop me from doing what I'm supposed to do. But if I had on the other side of the foot someone that can inform the other party of, hey, this is why a person is thinking this way because psyche is a huge factor in things, then yes, let's give her the information that we can give her in the psyche, or just give me the information that can give me that I need for the psyche to help me deal with this. Because like, I don't know if you go through this, but I'm thinking about myself. I would be very disturbed in trying to understand if, damn, fuck what we going through. Why isn't my child receiving the love that she's supposed to receive from her father? Why isn't the name on the birth certificate? Or why isn't she? I want to see her being picked up by her father, or him being picked up by his mother. And I want to see them have that experience and that bond and that relationship. I want to see them laugh and cry. I want to experience moments, even if we're not together, of us all laughing together at a movie, or us just seeing them walk and run and play together.
All right, man. Okay, god damn, bro. I took as
But
much
bro,
of
you
this shit as
can't.
I could take, man. God damn. Has nobody got shot lately? God damn, man. All this positivity. All right, let me mute.
Shot.
Fuck it.
Nah, but you know,
Hey,
it's
hey, hey,
like what I'm saying. You can't control. Listen, bro, you can't control what the other motherfucker do, bro. So at some point, whatever that motherfucker got going on, that's their business, bro. Trust me, I'm saying it in the coldest way because at some point, like, listen, man, we got to be sensitive to our kids, right? And we got to use common sense when we co-parenting. But that don't mean I need to be big enough, bending over backwards, doing all this weird shit because it's just as much that other person's responsibility as it is mine. And as being a father, being a man in that situation, there ain't no fucking excuses, man. Don't nobody want to hear that shit. You got to man up and take care of your responsibility, and that looks like there's no bending over. You need to pay your goddamn child support and be there as much as you can. If you can't, there eventually is consequences with that. Everybody got to deal with that shit. And then if you're not the sole parent, that's actually the person where the kid lives at, you limit it to what you can and can't do. Because if you're dealing with a woman who don't want you to see your kid, I don't give a fuck how many times you run to the courthouse. That shit's gonna be hard. Because I done dealt with that. That's just gonna be difficult. You're gonna keep running back and forth to the court. The court, it's a whole fucking game. But you play the game based on the decision that you made was to be with this motherfucker. Knowing or unbeknownst to you, this is the situation you got yourself in and you got to deal with it. So ain't no fucking little piano playing for you. You got to figure that shit out, man.
Like
And I do
like I
take
said,
accountability, you know what I'm saying, for the fact that I knew this is how he could possibly get down, you know, but I just didn't think it would be me because I seen him do this with his other kids and the other kids' mom, and the way that he would talk about the kids' mom to the kids. Told his son, his 12-year-old son at the time, that his mama was a HOE, you know. And this is like one of my first or second times meeting his son, and I could just see the look on his son's face, his whole face. He just dropped his head and he just looked down. He was so hurt.
yeah,
You know what I'm
I've
saying?
never told my son that his mother was a hoe. I might have said your mother suck a good dick, but I never said she's a hoe.
I told him, I called him out about that too. I was like, you know, you really hurt his feelings when you did that. I said, you shouldn't have said that to him, especially not in front of me. I said, that wasn't cool. You know what I'm saying? I didn't think it could be me. I didn't think he would do that to me because he married me. I was his wife. We were together. We were married. I mean, we were together for years. I would never think that he would do that to me. But he did. He said that to my daughter. She's like 13 months. 13 months. I mean, our daughter, sorry. He said that to our daughter when she's 13 months. That yeah, he said yeah, mommy needs some medication or something like that. He was saying something crazy like that to her. You know, she's a baby. You know, I'm holding her. I'm video chatting with her, and she's on my lap, and that's what he's saying. He's talking to me through her.
Yeah.
You know,
yeah.
Very toxic. Very.
I've seen that on both sides. You know, mothers tend to pull the children to them, and so like, hey, you don't want to go over daddy's house. You don't really want to do this. You know, daddy's girlfriend's mean to you, or whatever, something like that. You know, they try to coerce the child to pick a side. And I've also seen, I've also heard of, because I've never seen a man do it in my presence, but I've heard of men who would say little slick things to their kids about their kid's mother. I will say, you know, first of all, hold on, shout out to Kevin Powell, Kevin, for saying, fact, I take both of my kids with no help from their moms. Hey, listen, man, I respect that. You know, it goes a long way. I will say that I've seen young men or men. I've heard of men say little slick things. I've heard of men saying slick things about their child's mother to their children in inappropriate manners. Like I said, I told my son, but he was like 11 when I was like, yeah, but your mother suck a good dick though. You know what I'm saying? maybe I was wrong for saying that, and I'm never going to say I'm the best person. I do know I did my best to never talk down about my mother. I'm a man who was raised by a man. My father never, ever, 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 ever talked down about my mother. He'll just be like, Juan, the bitch is your mother. I don't want to hear about it. And that's exactly what he would say. The bitch is your mother. I don't want to hear about it. And that's as far as he'll go with it. But it's a sad situation from not the parents, because parents are going, hold on, pets. Adults, we're adults, right? We chose to fuck who we chose to fuck. We chose to do what we chose to fucking do. It's this child that got to deal with our bitterness, our pettiness, and our in-between. And in between that, then we get mad at the fucking child for manipulating our weaknesses. You can't be mad at them for manipulating our fucking weaknesses and our flaws because we chose to fuck and lay down with whoever the fuck we chose to fuck and lay down with. I know you was a piece of shit when I fucked you. I know I wasn't a good man when I fucked you. So obviously, if you accepted me into your body, you ain't fully a good woman. But now we chose to procreate together. Or you chose to keep the child and now we're procreating together. Either way, we now have this life that we are both accountable for. And in that, if we can't come to some type of conclusion that I don't like you, you don't like me, stay in your corner, I'm going to stay in my corner, and we're going to parent this shit together, the child loses. Because at the end of the day, it's all about the child winning.
But you can't control the other person, though, bro. We agreeing on most of this, but what I'm saying is like you can only control your part of that situation, right? You can't make the other person. You can't. You control what you control, your side of it, bro. You can just control your side. You can't control the other person's side. You can't control the little snidey remarks. You can't control none of that shit. You just don't participate in that shit. If that motherfucker want to talk shit about, bro, listen, if that motherfucker want to talk shit about me as a man, which has happened to me, I never talk shit about her mother. Never participated in that shit. It's not even about taking it, bro. It's like, listen, at some point, right? If I know that that's a toxic environment and I know that it's not going to be helpful for the child, because it's all about the child, why am I participating in that shit? There's nothing good about that that's going to come from that. So I just don't think at some point we got to make a decision on what level do you want to participate in that shit. There's a court part of it, and then there's a human part of it where you make a decision to where you want to be petty, just like this motherfucker want to be petty and worry about a bunch of shit that you ain't got no control over. You ain't got no control over who they sleeping with. You ain't got no control over about who they date. You ain't got no control over about the men or women that they're choosing to have around your kids. You don't have control over that. But what you have control over is when you have your child, you talk to your child. You have a good line of communication. The shit you can control, that's the shit that you got to worry about. The major, not the minor. And once we get away from the minor and the why and why somebody acting like that, who fucking knows? That motherfucker might not know why they acted ignorant. Like that's not to your concern of why they acted ignorant. Just control your part of it. And however that shit turn out, if you have a good line of communication, I mean, it's never going to be perfect because what ends up happening, I can only speak from my situation, the people that I know, most of the time we be fucking too early. We don't get to know these people. And we have red flags that we just ignore because we having a good time. But now those red flags, now they're a problem because the good time is over and it's some serious shit. And usually like y'all going up, but y'all not going up at the same rate. So somebody matures way faster than the other person. And somebody's really immature and you're mature. Now you can't get mad because you're mature and this motherfucker, where you met them at, they still there. That's how you met them. They just didn't mature where you matured at. So you just control the shit that you control. And the worst of that shit, it'll work itself out the way it is. You just have a line of communication with your kids. The rest of that shit it's not even important.
But Pitts, I understand and I agree with you wholeheartedly, right? Granted, it took me 5 kids in to understand and be where you're at with that. To say, I can't always tell myself, you can't control water. It's going to flow however it flows, right? That's what I tell myself. But right now, in this moment, we're on a platform that may be 10 years, 5 years, 3 months down the road, masses, millions will be watching this. So we have an incident where we can have a teachable moment for like the young lady here and say, listen, the psyche of this young man could be XYZ, so it can help her navigate the waters better, and maybe possibly other individuals on both sides that can deal with that. So while I agree wholeheartedly with what you're saying, I feel as though I will be wrong if I don't say, hey, it could be this, this, and this. And if you address this and this and this, it may be a different outcome. I'm not saying or shooting anybody in the cape. I'm just saying this may be the cheat codes here. And if we address these codes, then maybe we can figure out the flaws in the system and we can recalculate the algorithm.
Let me make myself clear. He's not a young man. He's 52. He just turned 52 a couple days ago. He's not a young man. He's very aware of what he's doing. He's been doing this for years. I mean, I met him, I was 19 going on 20. I was very young and I did not know better. And so, I'm coming in, like you said, like I don't remember who said this, but somebody just said a minute ago that, we have sex too early, we having a good time. And that's initially when I met him, that's all I wanted to do with him. I didn't have any intention on being with him because he was a lot older than me. He had children. I didn't have any kids. I was in school. It's like, I didn't see that we could be in a relationship because our lives don't match. But it turned into that. It turned into a relationship. It turned into, me meeting his kids and us being together, me moving in and us getting married and us having our own child. But I never was able to foresee that. So when those red flags did come up, I was just like, oh, well, maybe it'll be different with me. He married me, so he must love me more than he loved the other ones because he didn't marry them. So it's probably going to be different, but it's the same. It's all the same. People are creatures of habit. So, yeah, he's 52. I mean, he knows better.
He could be 52, Miss Queen, but also he could be like age only bring wisdom and growth. And I'm telling you that man or that gentleman, I'm not gonna call him young man, but that gentleman or that individual, he's acting out of pure emotions. And like I said, he's trying to, I got this girl, I got this to try to devalue you, right? Make you feel as though you need to come back begging him for acceptance. He wants you to grovel to him, and he wants you to feel like you're not that. He's trying to elevate his worth to devalue you. And I hate to say this because I feel like I'm dirty macking, like I'm on some grimy, slick, you know what I'm saying, trying to holler at you type stuff, and I'm not. But it's a situation where he's trying to manipulate it. And like you said, throwing the girlfriends in your face and saying, hey, you got a kid, nobody's going to want you, you're younger, or, men peak at this age and women devalue themselves at this age. And every time you have a child, you devalue yourself and look at you, that. Nobody's going to want you. In all actuality, it's just plots and ploys and ways to try to hurt you and try to get you to beg him to come back. And the moment that you attack his value, because what these other young women are seeing in him is the freedom, the availability, and the funds. And now you're affecting the funds. And when it comes to a grown adult woman, because like you as a mother now, if you're meeting the guy, he's like, hey, I don't see my child at all. First thing going to come up is a red flag, correct?
That's right.
So now you're taking off opportunities of him being with a mature woman, an intellectually and emotionally mature woman off the table. So now he has to go back to square one and deal with another young chick or a chick who has kids who just don't want shit. And they want his money. But you already got a portion there isolated every month already, and you ain't got a strong arm for it because the government's taking it right away.
And that's the thing is like, I do very well. As far as fellas go, I do very well. Fellas try to talk to me all the time. I'm fine, and I know I'm fine. So it's not a problem there. But the thing is, I have discernment now. I have discernment now. You know what I'm saying? I'm a lot older now. I'm 28. I can assure a lot of guys approach me. A lot of guys, try to get with me, try to date me. But I have discernment. Just because I have all these options, it doesn't mean all of them are good options.
Yeah.
I'm aware now. of what to look for because I've been down that road already. So that's why I'm still single. I have to look out for my baby now because if a man is going to be in my life, he's going to be in my child's life. And I'm not just going to have any dude around my kid just to say I have a man. No, I'm not doing that. So
Correct.
I have discernment.
No, no,
I got foresight. Yeah.
Listen, I understand what you're saying, but also just remember, make sure that man is with you before he's with your child. Because as we were just speaking earlier, and I can speak about, matter of fact, I'm only going to speak about me. My last relationship, I was with her because I loved her son, who is now my son, who is now my 5-year-old son. I was with him since he was 3 months old, since he was 3 months. And I'm going to court right now. Like I said, I'm 10K in court because I'm trying to get custody of him and our daughter. So make sure that young man or that gentleman is with you for you and not you for your children, because it takes a lot of extra play out. If that man or woman loves you and accepts you, they will rightfully accept your children. But don't step into a situation expecting anyone to play any role that isn't biologically theirs, because when you do so, it leaves not only you but the child for a lot of heartache on both ends.
I know, and that's what I'm saying. Like nobody has met her at all. Like I don't play that.
Yeah. So when I say you, I'm not speaking specifically to you. Like I said before, I'm thinking about this podcast here is a national podcast, which
But that's
people across the whole world is going to hear. Right?
but
Tomorrow is going to have 5.3 million views. So,
but Combo, that whole situation that you're talking about, like his psyche is irrelevant in this situation because she's on the viewpoint that this is my child. I'm trying to raise my child, right? Whatever he does that's on him, bro. Like they're not on the wavelength. They're not on the wavelength of she could pick up the phone and talk to him from where she's talking to his heart, because they're not together.
Yeah.
She's talking to him as a co-parent. So like my message to her and anybody would be like, listen, man, y'all not together. That's up to that other person to get their shit together. Because most of the time when you leave somebody, it's probably not on good terms. Mm-hmm. And somebody hold on to shit a little bit too hard, even if you right, in their eyes, their defense mechanism goes up and they just want to fight you for every fucking thing. I've been on the receiving end of that shit. So at some point, you just stop worrying about that shit, bro. Yeah. If that motherfucker want to grow up, they want to mature, that's on them, man. But I'm not finna torture myself and fucking waste my time with that dumb shit. Cause like it goes quick. Like raising kids, I didn't been to the other end of that. That shit goes quick, man. Mm-hmm. You just don't have the time and the luxuries to really concern yourself with that shit. Cause it go quick. The time go by quick. The moments that you have, that shit go by quick. And your energy, you only got so much fucking energy, man. You just don't have the energy for all that shit. You don't. When you go to work and then come home and then you deal with your kids, you ain't got time to be for that stupid shit right there. If that motherfucker want to do that, that's on them. That'll be their relationship with their child that they chose to have. And even if it's a lie, because I don't have a great relationship with my daughter based on lies. And I never, at no point, even when my daughter got older, never sat back and talked shit about her mama, telling her the truth about her mom. Like, that's not my place. I don't really care. My place is to try to make the best relationship that I can with my child. It's not on the back of the other parent. It's for me personally to try to make the best relationship that I can. And it doesn't even matter if what you're saying is true. It's the fact of you trying to make a good relationship with your child and not include other people. Because once you start including other people, true or not true, it gets mixed up and that becomes like a subject of operation. And unintentionally, even if you don't want to make that child have a bad outlook on the other parent, you will. And it might not even be intentional, but you'll do it because the kid feel like they got to back you. They feel like they got to defend you.
You got to pick a side, and you take their view unexpectedly by giving them the opportunity to see what you see through an adult eyes. So I completely understand what you're saying.
You just got to you got to move the way that you move, and that's it. Like all that fuck that other person.
So the same way I'm saying what I'm saying now about everything what I'm saying, I wish you would have been able to, this platform would have been here 2 years ago for me to understand what you're saying, right? So I gotta give it to them at this level because Tomorrow, this is going to have 5.3 million views, and it's going to be 3 million people at different levels, at 3.3 million levels, right? I understand the level you're saying. Like, that's where I'm at now. That's like, listen, when I got my son and my daughter, all I can do is make the best out of it. I see my daughter, I give her flowers, I play with her, I spend time with her. I can't worry about what happens while she's with her mother because I will go crazy and I will take away from the opportunity and the memories that we have. Same thing with my son, same thing with my oldest son, same thing with my oldest daughter. The same thing. I understand completely. But I also tell individuals, young men especially, and I say it to a lot. Actually, I say it to the more young women than young men. The moment you get pregnant, be prepared to raise that child on your own. The moment she get pregnant, be prepared to pay child support and not see that child. Don't think that just because your girlfriend or boyfriend right now, you're gonna be around that child forever, and you will have rule and authority and thoughts and opinions on whatever goes in that child's life. So if you think this is gonna happen, then you need to stop fucking her right now and either marry her and keep her in your life forever or walk away from it. Because the moment that you lay down, you get pregnant by a man, be prepared to be a single parent mother. And the moment you lay down, you get that woman pregnant, you prepared to pay that child
Well,
support.
Combo, you shouldn't go into that thinking that you're gonna separate, bro. That's a bad outlook. Like, look, the problem with relationships is people don't invest that energy into those relationships. Are hard, right? It's easy to say fuck you and walk away, and that be the end of that shit. Like, people don't have the dedication and the going through it to fix that. Like, if you talk to anybody who's been together a long fucking time, man, that shit is a lot of fucking work. You just got to be ready to put that work in, bro. If you're not ready to put that work in, you shouldn't be fucking nobody because it's relationships.
Real quick, drop your credentials. How long you been married?
Since 04.
So how many years is that?
What's that? 2017, 22, 18. By 18. Coming up on 18.
Only reason I asked you, like I said, tomorrow's going to be 5.3 million views. And I want them to understand this is coming from an individual who's not just talking out his behind, but this is an individual who has, you said 18 years in the game.
Yeah, it's hard, bro. Relationships are hard, bro. They not easy. They not fucking easy. And then, like, what happens is when you meet that person in a point in time, you are not the same person that you're going to be on the end of that. So you're going to evolve. You expect the other person to evolve, but the other person don't necessarily evolve at the same rate that you do with same shit with every fucking thing. So you gotta work. You gotta put the work in. You gotta have those conversations. You gotta put, like, the same thing we do with parenting. That's what we gotta do with every fucking relationship is mature. And if you can't figure out a way to have a relationship with the person that you're laying down with, that means that you lack a sense of maturity, that you can't figure that out to have a relationship because you're not committed to have a relationship with that particular person for whatever the reason. We can use whatever excuse we can, and they can be very valid fucking reasons. But if you're having sex with somebody, you laying down with somebody, being intimate with somebody, and you haven't figured out a way to mature a relationship, that's more of a reflection of you than the other person, because that shit, nobody made you be with that person. You chose that person. And you got to work through that shit. And the same thing with our kids. We got to work through that shit. We got to put the work in, man. None of this shit is easy, man. It's all different for everybody. It's all different. Everybody's different.
I 110% agree with what you're saying. Me personally, I notice a pattern that my oldest son, I use her for an example because I got the most experience with her. Every, I want to say 3 years, she comes up with an apology. We're 4 years difference in age, but every 3 years, she apologized for some shit she did 4 or 5 years ago. And I'm like, but I argued you down and you put me through this hell. And now you're apologizing. And I've actually got to the point that I'm like, I don't care. It doesn't matter. What's done is done. I'm going to the playground with this boy, or I'm going to do, what I'm saying, whatever I'm about to do, I'm about to do. Right? But I said to speak on to what you're saying, like, people mature and change and go through different paths of life. They go different ways, and it happens at different times. If it was going to happen at the same time, we would have stayed together. Hell, even in my 6 years or 7 years of marriage, my ex-wife matured much, much, much quicker than me. Because the things that I was on, she was way past. And the thing she was on, I'm just grasping at 34, and we divorced at 27, 26.
I don't know what just happened to Pittsburgh T, but
Yeah,
he's dropped down. But
he could be back. You know, he's driving.
oh yeah, shout out him for pulling up. This has been a great conversation. I do got another thing I want to cover also, but Charisma came here to talk about a topic that she had at hand also.
Ooh.
I do appreciate her for pulling up.
I just
Yeah, I
want.
was.
Oh, go ahead.
Oh
You
yeah.
got the topic,
I
Charisma?
can't remember. I can't I think Coop was mentioning that I made a post earlier today on Facebook because there's this one gentleman that I'm talking to, and I asked him on the phone, like I'm just talking to him, just in casual conversation, and I asked him, I was like, "Did you eat today?" And he's like, "No." He's like, "Yeah, I ate." He's like, I never had nobody ask me that before. I've never had a woman ask me,
Hold on, you
"Did
asked
I
him,
eat
can you
today?"
eat today, or did he eat today?
No, did you eat today?
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
So
Wow.
I asked him if he ate, and he told me that what I said really meant a lot to him because a woman has never asked him that before. And I said, "What?" He said, "Yeah." He said, "Whenever I was in a relationship with a woman, she's never asked me that." Or whenever,
I'm offended. I'm
Who-
offended that man got asked that question. Shit, I'm jealous. I'm like, eat with the hands.
Listen, I usually don't have a jealous bone in my body, but
How the fuck do you answer that? I don't even know how to answer that. Like, what the fuck?
how dare he run across something so good?
No, how the fuck you ask that? Like,
I
yo,
said
I'm
that's
not even joking or playing or anything right now. Like, I got women I'm paying bills for. I got women that I'm buying cars for. I got women I'm sending Uber, Eats for, DoorDash, all that shit. I got women that I make sure that they good for life and here and beyond. I've never had anyone in my life ask me, "Have I ate?" Do you understand
yeah.
how like in your core body? That's like saying, "How's your day going?" That's superficial. That's the surface. You talking about pulling the scab off, digging into the wound, and asking me, "Is my soul full? Is my body nourished?" Like, what the fuck is wrong with you? What type of sick shit is you on?
A lot of people are kind of selfish in situations. You know
I would have blocked you.
how many women I done fed before? Like, oh, you hungry? Oh, you ate? You made sure you like just on some like player shit, bitch. You ain't never asked me have I ate.
Yeah, like I'm offended by you. I'm gonna be honest with you right now. Like, I'm truly, I would have blocked you.
That's a real Oakland woman, right?
I would have. Nah, she not from Oakland,
Trying to
bro.
get in for so long.
I met an Oakland
Hell,
chick.
what you say?
I've been trying to get in for so long, hearing all
I'm
this
sorry.
shit. Man, nah, I couldn't. No, I've been on, but my service was bad. I don't know. I didn't heard that my whole motherfucking life. I don't know what kind of bitches y'all didn't had. What's the problem?
I'm not talking about from my
What was y'all
grandma.
looking for?
I'm not talking about from grandma.
No, I'm talking about from a woman that I'm sticking dick in. What's
Nope.
going on? Why
Hey,
ain't
where
you
you at?
can't eat?
These
Nigga,
hoes
you
don't want to
missing.
feed me, man.
What city you
I'm
at?
from the same place where Coop from.
Ain't no damn way.
Hell,
Listen, I done had me a girl from Oakland. They ain't doing shit but taking DoorDash and running off.
Speaking of DoorDash, I might
That's
fuck
because you present. That's because you present yourself like that. But they don't give a fuck about what. That's how you coming.
You
They
could
don't
be
care.
right. You could be right,
You
but
making sure they eat.
I've never had a woman ask me, "Have I?" So listen. Let me ask. Ooh, girl. Let me go one step
Yeah.
further. Do you mind if I go a step further, Miss Jones?
Yeah, go ahead.
If he would have said he didn't eat, he hasn't ate anything. He hasn't eaten anything today? What would have been your response? I got
My
you.
response would have been, you want to come by and get something to eat? You want me to bring you some food? I mean, are you good? Why you didn't eat anything? What do you want to eat? Like, I would have followed up and asked him some questions. I would have made him some food
So
if he didn't eat.
not only are you worried if he does he have nutrition in his body, you would have offered to make sure his body is fueled.
Yeah, of course.
You were married for more than
Motherfucker went the wrong hole.
You said what?
you were married for more than 3 years, weren't you?
No, we were married for 2 years, but we were together for 6.5 years.
Then it adds up. Okay, it's starting to make a little sense.
I used to pack my ex-husband. I used to pack his lunch every day.
That's what I was about to say. Those are lessons from a wife, not from a girlfriend. And I not no disrespect to girlfriends across the nation, but there's a difference between a wife and a girlfriend, and there's a difference between a husband and a boyfriend. Even if after you divorce, you still operate as a wife, and even after you divorce, you still operate as a husband.
Yeah, I used to pack his lunch every day. I used to bring lunch up to his job. And literally everything that he had on his plate, I just wanted to make his life easier. I just wanted to do things for him so that he could relax. Like, I just wanted to. You said what?
You deserve to be.
You breaking up? I can't hear you.
You deserve to be gay. No man is good enough for you. Go, fly away, be free, be free, be free.
I just really, supported him. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, he had the other kids, and before I even had kids, I was helping him, raise the other kids, picking them up from school, packing their lunches, buying them clothes. I mean, I was really, really there for him.
What type of niggas you said you like again?
What?
What type of niggas you said you like again? No, I'm just trying to see if these resumes add up for the job.
I'm just saying, telling crackhead stories. You know how crackheads say bring the TV in a box for you? Like, they ain't never been opened out the box, and all I want is $70 for a 75-inch flat screen, $1 an inch. She was some crackhead. She's selling crackhead stories.
Nah, this is real.
I heard the kid in the background, but the rest of that is a crackhead story. I don't believe that shit.
Nah, man. She seemed like the truth, man.
Nigga, she's from the Bay. Fuck that. No.
He had one bad experience with a Bay Area woman, and now he just holds all of them to that standard.
What's up with the homies? Hey, I just came on real quick. I'm still at work.
What's up with it, man?
Not saying the B word. Hi, Max. How you doing?
What?
Max came in. I'm saying we're on positivity. We're not saying the B word. How you doing, Max?
What B word, bitches?
God damn it. Stop saying bitch.
Oh, I didn't know that. I didn't know that.
We ain't calling
I didn't know. Since when we ain't say bitch?
This nigga here.
We save the hoes. We ain't calling bitches bitches.
Oh, no, you gotta take your cape off. First of all, bro, that's a lot of material to give you a cape, John. So, chill on that.
Listen, man, my cape has never failed me, man. I've been
But
out here.
I wanted to say that, I think women now feel like they shouldn't have to do any of these things, and that a man should do all these things for himself. And they feel like it's a chore for them to bring a man a plate, for them to get him a drink, for them to rub his back, for them to do anything for him. And I'm just like, that's wild to me. Like, I talk to some of my friends, and I'm just like, yeah, I want to make him some food. I want to pack his lunch, this and that. And they're like, he could make his own food. It's like, that's not the point. That's not the point. You his woman.
I'm about to cry. Like,
hey,
I'll lie to you. I'm about to cry.
Like, real bad experiences, man. That's tough.
Let me say some real shit to you. And women, when a woman is doing that shit right there, your pussy has no value. We don't need to fuck you.
Wait a minute now.
Fuck about
hold on, I do. I do.
Wait a minute.
Hey, wait a minute, nigga. What is going on?
Hold on, bro.
We still fucking
Speaking for
hoes.
yourself.
We still fucking hoes,
The
man.
combo's views does not reflect the views of the panel.
This would explain why my folks got the view we do. I understand that now. 'Cause you done had some real bad experiences with women. I don't know, man. Having an issue with a chick asking for you to have you eaten and a bitch bringing you some food, nigga. That's all we did over here was make bitches do shit like that. That's all they did. That's all they do, nigga. I don't know. What are you talking about? That's what they
Listen,
do. That's what
but
they was
the
for.
new age women are not doing that, bro.
The new age
Detroit,
women
how
are
old
rich.
are you? Detroit, I'm sorry, him. How old are you again?
I'm 34.
We the same
You
age.
sound 44.
Ain't no way.
What you talking about?
Ain't no way. Ain't
CID, dog.
He from
Man,
he from
cool. Can
he
you
from
tell this nigga, man? What?
he from DC and we from Oakland, so maybe them DC
I don't
hoes
know
is
what
different.
y'all on. What are you talking about? These women that
No,
Nah,
I mean,
I ain't really.
I say a lot of the new age,
I
bitches
don't
be
have
hella
no
masculine,
pushback.
bro.
That's
They
Tabby,
be hella
what's up, girl?
masculine.
How
I
you
don't
doing?
need. I don't need a bitch to outman me. You just be a woman,
masculine to a nigga that's
and I'll be a
feminine.
man.
That's what that is.
Now, because a lot of them were raised with single mothers, and then they didn't
Listen,
have no
oh
motherfucking father
man,
to teach them. Like, if you
oh
think about it,
god,
bro, like in
Listen,
some families, they're about four
Miss
or 5
Jones.
generations deep with no men, bro.
Miss Jones.
I'm a
that shit
single
you
mom.
talking,
I'm a single mom though.
That's
Huh?
that shit right there, Miss Jones. That make a nigga.
I
I
mean,
don't give a
no,
fuck what these niggas say.
no offense to you,
I'ma
no
talk
offense to
the
you, because I
truth.
don't know you.
That shit
But
right
if
there
you're a single
is the shit
mom,
that make a nigga leave a check
the
on the
statistics
table
aren't
and
in your
dick on the
favor.
counter. Bitch, you got my check. My dick is empty. I'ma go back and get us some more money.
the thing
Pussy
is,
comes. Listen,
Right.
pussy, I ain't got no problem getting. But that shit right there, that shit that matters in your 60s, in your 70s, in your when Big Mama like, we ain't fucking no more. I'm about to go feed my man. You want a woman that got pride in feeding her motherfucking man. That pride in fucking her man, or pride in her ass looking fat, or going out and having motion, that shit means nothing. In your 60s, your 70s, your 50s.
Wait, a 60-year-old with a fat ass?
Sit that big old juicy ass.
I've seen it
down.
before.
You can't even
I've
reach
seen
back
it
to
That
before.
means
watch that
something to me.
motherfucker no more. Make me a salmon.
I done seen it. I just don't know where the
Get my
problem
damn
is.
Miracle Whip
Okay,
and make
I mean,
my
but
Oh
Listen,
no, this
hey
nigga
nigga, you
said
eat
Miracle
Miracle
Whip, bro.
obviously he's speaking from
Miracle,
experience.
you lost me on that shit.
no, but
Yeah,
I
bro.
understand what he's
Miracle.
saying.
Speaking from experience, and that's
He's saying
unfortunate.
in the long run, a woman that asks you, "Do you want to eat?" Make sure your soul is nurtured. Make
I've
sure
had
you're
that before.
as
I've
well
had that before.
provided
Yeah.
than a bitch that's just out here flaunting pussy, ass, and titties. Now, I
Listen.
love the value of pussy,
All right,
ass, and
y'all, I'm
titties,
back to work. If y'all
but I
still
will
on 2
value a
hours, I'll be
woman.
back.
All
All
right,
right, bro.
All right,
I'm
Max,
gonna
man.
tell you some shit that I've seen before.
I agree with what y'all saying. I agree with that. I'm saying that shit ain't hard to come by. That's
That
what
shit's
y'all
hard to
is.
find. Nigga, you go outside right now and look for that shit, you ain't gonna find it.
Listen, these new hoes want to fuck more than these niggas.
You
Well,
ain't
hold on.
gonna
They don't
want,
even
you
want
ain't gonna
Well,
find it,
that's
cuz.
what's up. So
And I'm not even
Well,
trying to stroke Shorty's ego. You not gonna find that shit.
No,
I'm
it's a
telling you.
good
I'm
thing
not
that they
doing
want to
that.
fuck,
well,
right?
I've had that a few
Right.
times in
Right.
life. I
That's
just
You fuck white women is different.
Oh
yeah,
If
my
you
okay,
god.
looking
yeah.
for
I guess
Yeah,
you're
this
right.
motherfucker here
I
go with
I guess you're right.
It's different. They're different. That's what
There's
they
a reason why I came to this side. No, let me stop. I'm just playing.
Jesus.
Nah,
That's
man.
why. Like literally,
Oh,
that's why.
Shout out to the 2 black women on the
Hey,
panel right now.
shout
Tabby
out, listen.
I'm joking.
and
I
I'm
got
Miss
3
joking.
Jones.
white women at my job right now ready for me to fuck with them, but I can't do it because I want. It's like, listen, it'll be wrong. I'm gonna
'cause
go
of
ahead
racism.
and keep slumming it with these black women.
Slumming it. Wait a
He
minute
said
now.
slumming it. He said slumming
What
it
the
on
fuck
wax.
does
Yeah, I'm
mean?
gonna
Now
keep,
I
I'm
didn't
gonna
say
keep
that.
sending
Now
out
I
these
didn't say that.
DoorDashes.
He said
I'm
slumming it at 2 minutes, 2 hours, 3 minutes. If
Man, put this nigga. I'm making this a
I'm gonna keep
TikTok.
slumming it and paying for these DoorDashes and sending these cash apps and these Apple Pays with these black women because I can't accept this free money and this happiness from these white women. I can't. It doesn't
Bro,
feel
so
right.
you simping, bro? That sounds like simping right there, man.
It ain't simping, but that's what
What
they
you
about.
mean?
I'm gonna tell
Bro,
you
but
something
why you
right now.
dealing with them?
Bitch,
But
you've
why
been
you
on the game
dealing?
for a
Listen,
long
bro.
time.
But
And
no,
I'm
bro,
gonna tell you
listen.
right now.
Listen, it's been
3-5.
simping and pimping going on forever. Before we got here,
No.
and when we leave, that's gonna happen, bro.
No.
It's
I'ma
all
tell
about
you.
your selection, bro. You listen, man. I know people that's 50-something years old and they got the same type of women that they had bad relationships with. And they blaming the women, but bro, you picking these same motherfuckers. I know it. I done seen it. I ain't talking about you. I know plenty of older men that they got the same fucked up relationships with the same type of bras. That's the type of bras that they fucking with, man. It's all kinds out here.
This is what I'm going to say. I can give you, how can I say this? You can look at TV, and I can show you three joints that you be like, damn, she bad as shit on the TV, on the movies, in the shows, in the videos. You be like, damn, she bad as shit. I'd have already struck her. All these females want now is a 3.5, a C4 Broil, and probably a Honda Accord. Not even a Accord, a Civic. And you can do whatever the fuck you want in any hole you want and however you want. And only reason you got to get the Civic is if you're nice. For real, a 3.5, a C4 Broil, and some Casamigos get you what the fuck you want.
I'm hating the way you say seafood boil.
Yeah, but is that all women or is that the women that you're choosing to mess with, bro? That can't be all women, bro. Nah, bro, come on, man. Stop it, man.
Dude,
come on, man.
Dude,
the new age women are more masculine and manly than men, bro.
No,
but you still, but remember, you only need one, bro. Listen, you're not dating all women. Listen, bro. Listen,
if you in the dating pool.
You already
you in the
years, Pitt.
I get it, bro, but that's always been the case. So you think, so you don't think, so wait a minute, you don't think, I get it, bro, but you don't think there was simping and pimping going on back then? Come on, man. Like, but everybody not deserving of the lovey-dovey shit. All women ain't deserving of that shit. You're right. That's different.
I'm gonna explain something to you, Pitts, and look, the people, my fellas on the bay, they will agree with me. These broads are giving up the pussy so easily for free or for the low that the prostitutes are mad. Am I wrong, Coop?
The nigga said the hoes mad, man.
Am I wrong, Coop?
You're not. Listen, the new age women, man. Listen,
you ain't even gotta have money. You can
I don't even want to show
look
my
like
hand.
you got money. You can have some fake designer, and they gonna find you.
That's a fact.
Listen,
that's a fact.
I was having a conversation with this woman trying to get to know her, bro. Like on some, okay, you could have potential.
Yeah.
Man, this bitch pulled her pants down in the car. We in the car. She said, "Man, what you doing all this talking for?" I said, "Man, what the fuck?"
Yeah.
Hey,
you know what?
Hold on, bitch. I'm not ready.
Hey, listen, look, you have to
I'm
use.
not ready. This is not what I'm looking for today.
I said, "God damn, bitch, ain't even put a drink in my system."
You have to use women that do shit like that for what they are good for.
The problem is that's the
recreational use only.
Minority. That's why I was saying what I was saying about her. Take it back to the key. Is that shorty? You deserve to be gay.
But bro, that's not all women. That's like saying all black men don't take care of their kids, bro. That's not all of anything. There's always a group of people there's always a group of people that do certain shit, and there's a group that doesn't. But that's the shit that we get spoon fed, bro. If that was the case, people still wouldn't be getting married. People still wouldn't be staying together. Like that's not true.
More baby showers than weddings nowadays.
But Pitts, the marriage rate has dropped, the divorce rate has increased, and that's basically saying that you're not the majority owner, the minority owner. We don't know what the
we
fuck
can't group people, but it is more people having kids than getting married. There's not a lot of weddings no more. I've only been to one wedding my whole life.
I've never been to a wedding before.
I'm gonna be 100. I went to my little brother's wedding, and that's when I knew I couldn't marry my baby mama, even if I just want to do it for the kids. It's like, damn, this nigga really loved her. He stopped shooting people. He stopped hanging on the block. He's like, he a whole different. He really loved this girl. I want to experience that. I want somebody I can love so much that it make me not want to shoot nobody.
Hey man, no, you don't, because when it's over.
Ooh, hey, listen. I ain't gonna lie. I love you. And he be looking at this joint and he be on the boxing session because he be in the comments a lot. Bruh, I love you, bruh. But we do be talking about you and talking about if that shit in, how bad it's going to be.
Listen.
You 2 kids in, you the head of the household. This shit gotta work. This shit gotta work because I'll be hurting for you. Because I don't know how to bounce back from that. That shit will be horrible. God's gonna be going to work.
Yeah, but come on, let me ask you this. It's like, do you think when people was getting together at my time, that they weren't looking at their grandparents and say, oh man, that was a different time. They don't do that no more. They do some different shit. Like, bro, that's always been the case. That's up to you
No,
who you
it's
choose to
Everything,
date. No, bro,
I feel
listen,
like
hear me out.
everything.
It's always up to you. It's up to you who you choose to deal with, how you choose to make that relationship work. Because every group that's another generation below always look at their grandparents and say, that was a different era. They don't do that no more. They do this, that, and the third. But there's always people that find success. That's an individual choice, bro. That's
no,
up
but
to
see, the
We
you.
got
difference
more
is now. So
factors.
listen, you was able to look at your grandparents, right? And my dating pool, they're looking at their great grandparents or their grandparents, or their great grandparents. You know what I'm saying? Like, it was so much easier and closer. You had a blueprint that you could look at and say, "Oh, this possibly can happen." Now,
No,
there's no blueprint to pull from. The only blueprint is Section 8, welfare, throw that ass in a circle, pussy pop on a handstand. You gotta remember,
that's
pussy
not
pop on
even.
a handstand now are grandmothers.
They looking at so many people on social media live above their means and be in toxic ass situations. We got way more factors that can ruin a relationship for people than y'all had. Y'all didn't have what you did because you're not that old, Pittsburgh. So I ain't gonna say y'all didn't have the internet. But like social media is a big problem in relationships nowadays. The shit people see on the internet, like this shit, it make it difficult to even have a real relationship.
Yeah.
But that's always been the case, Coop. Like, look, the successful relationships keep people out of your relationship. That's the
Bruh,
only way you can have a successful relationship is keeping motherfuckers out of your shit.
let me
That's
tell
always
you.
been the formula.
Correct, but
So
it's
my
harder to do now. It's harder to do now, Pitts. Like y'all had to deal
That's
with
a
the typewriter.
choice.
We got to deal with the social media.
Typewriter.
listen,
Just typewriter.
my baby mama younger than me, right? So when we got together, I told her, we got a problem with each other. We're gonna talk about that shit before the day over. Let's make sure we on the same page. We ain't going to bed mad. We don't need nobody else in our business. Now 8 years later, we done broke up. Her best friend like, yeah, and y'all didn't want nobody in y'all business. Y'all didn't want to tell nobody what was going on. But sometimes you need an outside opinion on your relationship because you could be wrong and she could be wrong. I'm like, bruh, if we wrong, we gonna handle that together.
Yo,
Because we
real
not staying mad at each other. We've never had a longer than a 2-hour argument. Like, why do I need to tell you my business as an outsider?
Yeah,
Hey,
that's a fact.
shout out to my man, Goat Man Nate. He's a psychotherapist. He said we froze, but we still chopping it up, man. We still going. Thanks for coming through. But no, I feel you. I had my chick is crazy. It be the young ones that say that shit, right? Like my last baby mother, she younger than me. I'm 34. We 10 years different. You know what I'm saying? I'm 34, so you can do the math. She could have said, we never going to go to sleep early. We never going to sleep late. She said, we never going to sleep angry, and we never going to be in our business. The reason why we failed, her mama and her fucking friends. How the fuck
Bruh, women start going to get their friends and start talking to their friends, and their friends ain't even in a relationship. How you taking relationship advice from a single bitch who can't keep a
That's a
dick?
fact, bro.
You've been in a relationship for 8 years taking
Bro,
advice from
listen,
somebody
I cut women
who
off
can't keep a dick.
all the time, bro. Like, if I'm talking to a female, right? Like, we're not to the point of actually like dating, right? And let's say, for instance, if we have like a small argument or something, right? And she goes to Facebook about it, like,
Oh,
bro,
that's
she
over.
will not be relationship material for me anymore. Like, that's just it. Like, I might still fuck you, like, but I'm not going to be with you.
We need to change that up. We need to start taking our dick elsewhere.
That's why I care of a legend, man. That's what I'm telling you. It's always a choice, bro. It's always you make a
I do them
choice,
all.
bro. You
I
make
do
a
them all.
choice, but you make a choice how you deal with them women.
We not
That's a
fucking.
choice.
We not talking to. We not sending you cash outs. We not buying you trucks. We not doing nothing.
First of all, I wasn't doing that at all in the first place. But yo, most women only get dick from me.
Your resources may be
That's it.
finance. Who knows?
Not unless if I really, really like you, like, and I'm trying to like pursue you like that. But most of the time, 99.9% of these hoes don't get nothing but dick. That's it.
Miss Jones, why we got we have a woman here. What leads you to cut a man off?
Oh, she probably doing something.
I only got a few more $1,000.
I'm putting my baby to bed, but what makes me cut a man off is that, first of all, if I'm talking to a man and he's inconsistent, that's gonna make me fall back and not want to be with him. Because
Seriously?
if I'm trying to get to know you, I need to be talking to you consistently and getting to know you. If you disappear for 2, 3, 4 days and pop back up and keep doing that, I'm losing interest. You don't have my interest anymore, because if I'm investing my time in you, trying to get to know you, and you playing my time like that, there's other men that want to be in your place. So it's like I'm not allowed to play with you. If you with that talk to me one day, not talk to me 5 days, I'm not messing with you.
So, do you talk about your relationship business with your friends?
No. The
Oh,
thing
my
is,
man.
I have
I lost count.
I have a therapist.
Yeah.
I talk to my therapist about my relationship business.
Charisma, you got me over here rethinking my whole "I love white women" thing. No, it's not. Just
No. Serious moment, guys. I'm sorry, Ms. Jones. I was counting my $1,000 bands for my money I'm about to bundle up for the night, and I lost count. And, what you said? You're single.
Yeah, I'm single. Yeah, I have discernment.
$2,000 band, $3,000 band, $4,000 band. Keep talking fast.
That ain't gonna get it, man. She got her own money. She don't care about the money, man. She like fat niggas. How you doing today, Miss Jones?
We put our money together. You feel me?
Oh, you like them big boys from
But that's
Charisma?
my problem. I don't care what you make or what you bring to the table. At the end of the day, the table's for me to build. If you make more money than me or less money than me, no matter what, I have to sustain this household. So if my woman says that, hey, I'm already living at, let's say, $100K a year, I need you to, I need myself to say, well, she's living at $100K a year, I need to come in at 110, even if it's just 105. I need to make sure that she fully fills that 100K a year, because we know after taxes, it's a lot less. Because 100K after taxes ain't shit but 80. Trust me. IRS will fuck you royally. Oh my God, I hate them people. But with that said, I don't care for a woman that makes a lot of money or makes a little bit of money. What I care for is a woman that, like you said, have my 8 today. That's fair. That's worth more than the 8-hour job. And if the fact that you work an 8-hour shift or that you have a career and you're asking me how about 8 today, bitch, you know what? I'm about to rob a taco truck right now and we're gonna eat for this week. You got me fucked up. You got me fucked up. I have 8. Listen.
That's a queen right there, man.
For you. Like, what the fuck you eat? Woman asked me, how about 8 today? I took the tampon out with her damn with my teeth.
Miss Jones, you ate tonight?
I did. I just finished making some food for me and my baby. Yeah, I ate. Thank you.
You had a good Valentine's Day, Miss Jones?
You said what?
You had a good Valentine's Day?
I did. I went out last night.
Oh, never mind. Fuck them niggas.
No.
I promise you did. That nigga you put a hit on that nigga. Hey, he just got packed out right now. He getting packed out.
He's not my boyfriend, but I did go out with somebody, but we're not together.
Packed out.
Nah, y'all had a happy ending. Fuck that nigga.
We gonna see.
No.
We gonna see if he can fight. And Kev can fight. You know, he love white women. He can fight.
Yeah, but
just because you're dating somebody does not mean that you're having intercourse with them, especially when it comes to me.
What's the difference between?
Hold on, wait. Hold on, wait. Break that down. Like, what you mean?
I can be I'm casually dating people. I'm casually dating men. So just because I go on a few dates with you, it does not mean that I'm gonna have intercourse with you.
Okay.
I gotta really like you and really want to be in a relationship with you to get to that level. I don't even kiss on first, second, third dates. I mean, you know, I'm trying to get to know you. I'm trying to see if I want to take it there with you, you know. And if I'm dating multiple guys, I'm not doing all that with all them guys. I'm trying to get to know them so I can see if there's one that I want to go there with. So that's what I do.
So what?
Hey, yo, so
What
what's the longest? My bad. Go ahead, Combo.
I'm speaking. I'm speaking. You hear that? You
All
hear
right,
that?
go ahead.
Alpha man. So what makes
All right, nigga.
he said, don't make me treat like he said, don't make me treat like these white girls and beat your ass. But nah. What leads you, what gets you into the position to make you feel like you want to go to the next level for male?
I think is if the most important thing is if our goals align. You know, if we have common goals at the end of the day, then that's what matters to me the most, especially on the whole marriage and kids situation. Because I'm not going to be in a relationship with a man who doesn't have children, or if he has children and he doesn't take care of them, I'm not being in a relationship with him. So he has to have kids already because I'm not having any more. And he has to be marriage minded. He has to be family oriented. You know, take care of his business, got his own place, got a job, you know, got a 401k, saving his money, responsible.
Are you reading
You know, take care of business.
Are you reading my resume?
No.
I'm scared for a second.
I got a question for you though. Does he have to be black?
Oh, she talking about me.
I would prefer that he's black, but yeah, I would highly prefer that he's black.
What if he's black with a white dick?
What do you mean?
I don't know. Albino?
Like, my daddy's white.
Okay.
So I may not be Mandingo, but I might be in the tribe.
Okay. That's huh?
Stop.
Yeah, so anyway, in Canada, this little Caucasian boy got expelled from school because the school was pushing like some transgender shit where they wanted to open a transgender bathroom. And he said, yo, it's only two genders and we shouldn't be sharing the bathrooms for his religional beliefs. Now they expelled him, so he still came to school like, yo, I'm not expelled. I'm trying to go to class. And then they ended up calling the police on the fucking 16-year-old and getting him arrested.
Seriously?
Yeah.
Bro, what is the world coming to, bro?
Where are you reading that from, Coop?
I seen it on Instagram today. I follow a lot of like.
You think it's real?
Huh?
You think that's real?
Yeah, they got video of him getting arrested.
You know what?
I think that's real.
That stressed me out. I'm about to do another 200 push-ups.
This nigga here,
Bro,
man.
there was this one girl, right?
Charisma, he trying to take his shirt off and do push-ups for you, man.
Let me see. I like muscles. Let me see.
You don't like me, baby.
I don't got a lot of muscles. I got a lot of fat.
Man.
Nah, but so you said goals. Like, get back to the serious moment. You said goals. You said that your goals align. Are your goals realistic?
I said our visions align. Yeah, our visions.
Okay.
Yeah, and goals too. Yeah, visions and goals.
Okay. I think I heard you say goals. So I'm gonna go ahead with goals and man explain that, you know. What are your goals, if you don't mind me asking? And how close do they have to align? Because individuals are two different people.
So you're saying my goals individually? Is that what you're asking?
Yeah, you said you hope that align with the individual, like you, the person that you.
Yeah, like I want to have a beautiful blended family. You know, I want to have, you know, his kids and my kids, and we put our kids together and we love on them. You know, like a family. I want a family with a man who already has children. He has to be with that program. He has to be good.
Right now.
Huh?
Turn your camera real quick.
I can't. I got my baby right here. I'm getting her dressed for bed.
Harry Potter or Lord of the Rings?
I don't watch neither one of those.
Okay, good. You're back in bed here. Okay.
No, I'm not driving all the way up in the morning.
Hey, cool.
That's the
cool.
car.
Yeah.
Almost fucked me up with this one.
Hey, yo,
You almost fucked me up with this
if she
one.
would have said she like Harry Potter,
I would have turned my motherfucking phone
I'm-
off and not get off the app. I would have turned that motherfucker off. This is the CIA coming to get me. Fuck that. She's a
Listen,
spy.
women that like Harry Potter got a special place in my heart,
You telling me? You know what
and
I'm
my
saying?
heart is located in my pants, which I was hearing earlier.
Man. Yo, one of the dopest women that I have ever been with was big into that Harry Potter shit. Yeah.
But she was white, so I ain't really tripping on babe over there.
Yeah, whatever, nigga. Nah, but bro,
So
this
my
girl
boy,
was awesome though. I just had fucked it up. Me being me.
my boy, Cal Brother, be on Facebook posting a lot of controversial shit. Boxing section brother, y'all. He said he will argue men love women more in life because a woman will go against his human nature for the right woman. How do y'all think about that quote, man?
Hold on, wait. Read that one more
I
time.
don't know, but if she would have said Hugglepuff, I was out of here. That's all I know. That's all I know. She would have said Hugglepuff, I was out of here. I'm stuck on that.
Read it again, Coop.
Hold on, let me read it one more. Sorry, god damn, I'm choking this shit.
Get you some Kool-Aid. nigga.
He said, I will argue men love women more in life because a man will go against his human nature for the right woman.
Correct.
Yeah,
Correct.
absolutely.
I think we spoke about that earlier when I said we believe that. Well, let me start speaking for all men. I can speak for myself. I believe that I'm not as valuable as a woman, and that my value or my purpose. So that being said, go against my nature and my ideas of belief. Like, say, if I have the bad feeling, we shouldn't go to that place this time. If my woman wants to go, I'm just going to suck it up and go, because as a man, it's my job to deal with whatever repercussions happen, even if I have a bad feeling about it, as long as she makes her happy. I believe that as a man, a woman's happiness outweighs your insecurities, your fears, your worries, or your thoughts. So that's why, personally, for me, it's very to be with the correct woman. The correct woman will protect you, not only.
Brandon is being disrespectful. It's always about white women.
Bro, but combo, that's that simp stuff, bro. Like they're happy, making a woman happy no matter what, bro. Like women, like we look, even yourself today, what make you happy today is probably not gonna make you happy tomorrow. So there's no guidance when you're trying to make somebody happy. Because motherfuckers don't know what the fuck made them happy, bro.
Especially women.
Hey,
exactly.
Women
Young
have
people,
no
period.
idea what they want. I know that may sound bad, but
I'm not playing a joke right now. That's just me being transparent. Like, I know my flaws within myself. I do a lot of self-reflection, a lot of looking into the mirror and really looking into myself. And I truly feel that way. Like, you know I put myself in positions where I shouldn't have been in. I down roads.
But if a man isn't guiding that ship,
hold on, pitch. You could call it simping or however you want to call it, but maybe because I didn't have a mother growing up, I feel that it's extra important to protect the woman. Or
save.
I don't know, but I know that's a value motive for myself. Trust me, my father tell me all the time, fuck these bitches. I'm a cousin. He literally said, I'm a cousin.
but if you're not guiding the ship, who's running the ship, right? If my whole purpose is just to make you happy, then now I can't make plans because I got to make you happy right now. Everything has to be dealing around you making you happy. So it's okay for me not to be happy, but you must be happy. Like that's a flawed way to think. So it's okay, cool for me to be sacrificing and me to go through shit, but you must be happy. Like, nah, it's got to be, both of y'all got to figure that shit out. Like I was saying earlier, y'all got to put that work in and figure that shit out. It's not, when you get one person who gets to get everything that they want and then the other person is sacrificing, then that becomes a dependency. That's not a relationship. I take care of my kids and worry about their happiness and making sure that they good. I'm not doing a relationship with a woman like that. Like, we both got to put our hands in this shit and figure it out. Like, nah, we can't do that. I can't sacrifice myself and you just living everything that makes you happy and makes you great, and I'm sacrificing. So where's the sacrifice on your end? If that's what we doing, what's the point?
Fitz, that can be 110% true, right? And I'm just speaking to myself and being completely transparent, like I was doing earlier. I've always wanted that. I'm a firm believer and a true believer in work hard, die, and pass on. Like, I want to be able to work hard, and when I die, my wife and my kids and my grandkids don't cry for me in the States, but they cry for me on the island. That's what I've always felt is my purpose in life. Like, even when the kid, like, you know, as a kid, they ask you, what do you want to be when you grow up? I used to be like, I just want to leave my family with a nice house and money. That's it. That's it. That's all. So I may be an anomaly, right? I may be completely wrong, and maybe you're sitting here to put me on the right path. But me personally, I just personally, in my heart and in my mind and my body and my soul, just feel like my purpose. And while I'm saying this, I just hear my father in my head saying over and over, you stupid, you stupid, you stupid. But my purpose is to work hard and die and pass it on to my wife. Not even my kids, but my wife.
What about enjoying your life that you here with now, bro? Like, what about enjoying our life? Like, wait a minute. That's why these days, these holidays that they be making these big fucking deals about, that's why these shits get blown out of proportion. Like, fuck that one day. Yeah, fuck that day. You should be happy every fucking day. You should be taking care of your loved one. Fuck them days.
My life
Like,
is important. My wife's life is important. Woman, I want to cherish, protect it. I can't say.
But what about your life, though, bro? Your life is important too. Like, you should be happy too, bro.
It doesn't. I'm on free time. I'm on borrowed time.
What do you mean?
Important. You are carrying my legacy. You are carrying my brand. Only you can take on the list that I can preach.
You had broke up on the last part, Combo. Say it again.
As long as you, I continue to live, then I can peacefully die.
You breaking? Can you hear him, Kev? I can't hear nothing you saying, bro. You breaking the glass.
As long as my wife continues to live, I can peacefully die.
What about the? But what about, okay, when you look at the grave in the cemetery, it got a beginning date and an end date. What about that stuff in the middle? You jumped all the way to the end.
Yeah,
like, what about the living stuff in the middle, bro? Like, you actually living your life, bro.
Preparing for me, right? For me. After I hit 21, the middle was, nigga, you need to catch up and have this shit ready for your wife.
I don't agree. Maybe I'm just not getting it, bro. I don't.
No,
I can't.
Listen. I've had the same conversation with my father, who's raised me until I was 12.
Combo trolling.
And no, I'm not trolling. Like, I can call my father right now and he'd be like, man, I'm tired of hearing you say that dumb shit. Because that's literally how I feel. That's just me. But trust me, my father, my bros, my day ones, my biological brothers, they all agree completely. They don't agree. They think completely different than what I think. And I think they're all stupid and they're going to catch on eventually to what I'm saying. But they all believe in the idea that your life is your life to live, and if you don't live it the way you're supposed to live it, then you're not living life, and you're not receiving God's blessing, and blah 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 blah, all this other stupid shit. Me personally, I made it past 21. I'm on borrowed time. I need to be doubling down, grinding it up, so when I die, my wife can cry for me on the beach and not in the motherfucking funeral home.
Well, what do you mean borrowed time? What do you mean when you say borrowed time? What's that mean?
Personally, personally, I feel like I shouldn't be here.
Why?
Combo bullshitting, man.
Now, I'm being
you can't be serious, bro.
I'm not.
Because you basically saying you're gonna live for a woman, bro. Like, come on, man, you're not serious, bro.
When you die and your kids grow up, she's gonna be living in that house with another nigga.
Yep.
Not like everybody else, and like I said to everyone else, That's her choice. But my job is to make sure that not only, perfect example. My ex-wife is still my beneficiary. She still gets everything. And I have a cousin right now. She bugs my mind. It's like she irritates my soul. She made me take another life policy because she's like, I'd be damned if you don't have nothing for your kids.
So wait, on your beneficiary, you don't have your kids on there. You got your ex on there.
Yeah, she's still on there. Yeah.
Man, bro, listen, man. Listen, we only got one life to live, bro. But all this cable for women to a certain degree, bro. Look, man, we gotta be happy, bro. We're not supposed to be going through life miserable and sacrificing with no purpose. If you don't have no purpose, what's the point of sacrificing if there's no purpose to it?
Your wife. Your purpose is
no, it's not, bro. That's bullshit.
To you, so your job is to make sure that even when you're gone, she's still full.
So what's her purpose? Oh, you doing? Let's say, okay. So in your mind, you doing all this sacrificing. What the fuck is her purpose?
Her purpose is to pull her all into you, right? And when you're gone, your job is to make sure that her cup is still full.
No, bro. Listen, you said that your job is to make your wife happy. So you sacrificing, you doing all that. What is her duty? What is her job? What's her job while you doing all this? What's she supposed to be doing?
You mean physical job while we were on Earth together?
Yeah. What's she happy?
I feel like my wife's job is to purely be happy. If she wants to run a business, she can run a business. She can be a stay-at-home mother, be a stay-at-home. We had this conversation before Pittsburgh, and you said it. No marriage, no long-term marriage works where only one person is working. Trust me. Give me an example of a relationship or a long-term marriage where, what you said, give me an example of a marriage where only one party works or some shit like that.
Yeah, you couldn't give me one, bro. You really can't do it.
I only know one, and he was an old school dope boy, but you know what I'm saying? Yeah, she cheated. That don't even matter. But yeah, me personally, I could only think about me and myself, right? I didn't think I was supposed to make it at 18. I made it 18. I knew I wasn't gonna make it at 21. I was stabbed 17 times and shot in the back before my 21st, 3 days before my 21st birthday. So now I'm on ball time and I'm on catch-up time. So if I do make it to 50 by some way or 55 by some God's grace, I make it that far, that's cool. But I want to be in a place and have my wife in the place when I get her, in the place that she will have what she needs. Yes. Now, after talking to family and friends, and honestly, after my father being in my head all the time, okay, I understand. I need to make sure my kids are good. So I do try to put money away for my kids. I've been looking into what you was telling me about with the stuff with swabs and everything like that. And I've been thinking about that, putting that into the name of my kids and not of myself or of my ex-wife, but put it into at least my oldest son. But yeah, that's just where I'm at with it. I can be completely misconstrued. I can be dealing with issues. I can be dealing with mommy issues. That the fact that I didn't have a mother growing up, and I'm laying so heavy on giving something.
Combo.
It can be all of that.
Combo.
But I'm saying, when I say that right now, that's what I'm doing.
But Combo, right now, all of us, every single person, we all out here making money and we earning money. I'm not doing that to have a dependent as a woman that she doesn't have any obligations towards me, where I don't have to have. I just, there's no benefit to me for that. I'm not going to do that, and most people not going to do that. I think that's an extreme position that you're taking. That's your right to take it, but that's a very extreme position that you're taking with no real formula for success that you could really point to. The models that you look at of long-term relationships, they don't look like that for a reason, and a lot of people tried that.
Hey y'all, I'm about to go, but it was nice. It's nice coming.
Oh, we enjoyed having you.
I'm sorry for running you off. I'm sorry.
No, you're good. No, it wasn't you. I just
don't leave
me.
She's from the Bay. Let her go. She's from the Bay. Let her go, bro. She knows she about to do some shit to her.
Stay with me.
I'm about to go start up my own show in a second, but
yeah, I forgot you.
All right, real quick, drop your show. Do you got a program manager?
Nah, I don't have a program manager. I am the manager,
You
but
need a combo, a program manager. You know what I'm saying? I would have had you doing drops and everything right now, so you fucking up.
oh, okay. Well, holla at me
So real
then.
quick,
Let's
this is
do
what
it.
we're gonna do. Real quick, you know what I'm saying? Tell us about your show. You know what I'm saying? Drop your show name, drop your show name in the chat, and we're gonna put it on the top. And anybody that like and subscribe to the podcast about nothing to Mr. J Scoop Coop himself, make sure that y'all send a cash app over to this show that y'all about to see up in a second. Go ahead, Miss Jones.
I don't have a cash app for it, but I'll put it in the chat.
And what's the
My
name?
show is called The Party Live. And I go live on Facebook at 9 o'clock every Wednesday. Sometimes it's at like a little bit later, like maybe 9:30, 9:45. But every Wednesday I go live on Facebook Live and talk about whatever it is that I'm talking about. But yeah, y'all holla at me. Tap in on Facebook. Tap in on TikTok. My TikTok has been going up this week, like 13K views on this one video where I asked men why don't they approach women in person anymore, and I'm about to do another video about a story time where the man told me that he didn't eat. I mean that he never had a woman ask him if he ate.
So
If he
real
ate
quick,
today.
would you how do you feel about a cross promotion? You know, we can have you on YouTube, the podcast about nothing. You can go live on your show on Facebook while we're also cross promoting with the podcast about nothing right here on YouTube, and we can join the two shows, two hosts. Man, it sounds like it's a great situation there.
Yeah, we could definitely do that. I'm
All
definitely
right,
down for that.
well, listen. I'm gonna put you with the host about the podcast about nothing. Y'all two can talk and work that out, and we can schedule it out, and we can put a promotion out, and I think it's gonna be a great show.
Yeah, I think so too. I mean,
Can we
I definitely have a
say
lot
bitch
to
on your
add.
show?
My show,
Yeah, we
I would
allowed to
prefer
say
you
bitch.
don't, but
Coop, bring it to the
it's
top.
freedom
Coop,
of
bring it to the
speech,
top. Bring her show to the top. Bring that back chat content to
Yeah.
the top for her.
Hey, cool. You gonna be on for like another hour or two?
If
All right,
Coop's
for
not
sure.
on,
Yeah.
money should be coming up next. That's the next show on the
all right.
implement.
Yeah,
Well, I'm singing karaoke tonight at work, so I think they're about to call me up on my second song. I went with Slava
Yeah.
Manan for the first one. It's classic.
Y'all fellas have a good one though. Thank
Have a
you
good
for
one.
having me.
All right, thank you
All
for
right.
coming.
All right, have a good
Work
one.
that out.
You too. Bye.
All right.
Yeah.
Hey, Coop, you're gonna have to pay me, man. I'm making this shit happen for you, man. What y'all gonna do, man? I need one Skittle each person.
Hey, the party's not stopping.
Each
Yo,
nigga
why
need to
you
send
want
me
to
a Skittle.
taste the rainbow, dog?
Because I
What
want
time to taste the rainbow?
because I fuck with them, and we gonna go into a contract where I'm gonna send them each. I'm gonna send him. I'm gonna send you, and I'm gonna send Kyle and Money.
Hey, don't send me no rainbow related activities. I'm good.
Nah. I'm gonna send you some police activity contract. God damn it.
Hey, don't do that shit either.
But nah, like you were saying, Pittsburgh, bro, I really feel that way. That's just me personally. Like, I get what you're saying, and it's funny because I actually went back and talked to my dad about some stuff that you've said, and he's like, this is literally what he said. You need to listen to him if you don't listen to me. And I talked to my godfather. He was like, hey, it's the same shit that I've been telling you, but you hard-headed. Well, actually, he says hard-headed, make a song for him. You know what I'm saying? Like, him and his wife, they've been married for a very, very, very long time. They both make great money. You know, she works for NASA, and he works for who he works for. But I just don't believe in my wife working. And I believe that, like, I had an uncle when he died. He was the first black principal in D.C. And when he died, his wife and his daughter, his grandkids, in his will, he said, do not cry for me in the States, cry for me out this country. And they was able to cry for him out the country. And I want to be able to do the same thing.
That's some bullshit.
Yeah,
What
but
country
you
gonna
like
go
Brandon
to,
brought
We're already in the best country. What country you gonna go to?
They went to, like, Hawaii or some shit. Like, he had the money already set to the side. He had the money already set to the side for them to go. The house was already paid off. All the cars were paid off. He paid his
Hawaii
money
is
for
this
his daughter,
country,
house
dog.
was paid off. Huh?
But Combo, you
Hawaii
can do
is
all
this
that right.
country.
And you could do all that right now, bro. You ain't gotta wait till you die to pay your house off. You ain't gotta wait. She ain't gotta wait till you die. None of that shit you talking about. You gotta die and do that shit for, bro. That's all right now shit.
I want to be able to make sure it's done even when I'm dead. Like I want to, like me dying
Bro.
shouldn't be the stopping of the progression of my family. In the black society, a lot of times when the matriarch die, then the progression of the family dies. I don't want that. I want what I
No, but that's only the new thought of mine, bro. Like, look, every grown ass man should have some fucking life insurance. It's just so recent that motherfuckers be getting on here talking about cash out me some money because such and such that died. They ain't got no goddamn life insurance policy, GoFundMe, all that stupid ass shit. Like it's certain shit as a man, you should have life insurance. And your kids should be taken care of. So, like, and as far as your wife go, she gonna remarry, bro. Your kids, like Brandon put in the chat, your kids, they're the ones that carry your legacy.
Oh yeah, we've been divorced for years. We ain't been.
Yeah, but it's not your ex-wife. It's not gonna be your wife when you die, bro. It's gonna be your kids, bro. Like I just think that's a flawed thought to think that, bro. I think you gotta think. I just think that like we have to think of ourselves more, and it's a lot of things that you put so far away that they're reachable. It's reachable for you to buy a house and pay the shit off. It's reachable for you to travel. Bro, I've been to so many different countries and traveled to so many different places. It's not even funny. And I'm a regular ass person. It's possible, bro. That just has to be a priority in your brain. Like, don't make something that's possible impossible. Like, that just don't need to happen, bro. Like, a lot of shit that you're saying about these women, bro, like, when you get the right mate, all that shit will work, man. But you just got to guide that ship.
Them women are gone. Them women don't exist no more.
Hey, Cat, nah, bro, but you got to guide the ship, bro. Like, listen, man, you can't start off a relationship simping and then, and the other end, like, you can't start off with this simp shit, the new shit, and then want an old school woman. It's no different than women who start off looking for a dude with X amount of money, but then they want a conventional man. That's not part of that. You're mixing something new with something. You want the old standard, but you want to mix in some shit that don't equate to that. Like, you want a long-standing relationship, don't do that shit, because you don't see nobody who's got those relationships doing that shit. So clearly that doesn't work. It hasn't worked. That's what I'm saying. Like, if you could point to some people, then yeah, cool. That's what it is. But you don't really see that. Now, the nuances of in a relationship, how people handle a relationship, that's always different. But you don't really see that simple shit. You don't see that. Like, everybody has a different level of where the other one person might make more than the other and other shit. But that other shit that you talking about where the women don't work and you just got to make her happy all the time, like, nah, man, you tripping, bro. What you think, Kev? What Kev got off here? Yeah, he did.
Hold on, somebody read the comments real quick, Pittsburgh. I can't see my hands before. Read the comments. Pitts, can you hear me? Read the comments. I can't. My hands are full. I see it. Mark there.
Hold on a second. Let me see.
Ain't no new comment. Ain't no new comment.
Nah, ain't nothing.
It says two. It says two. Hold on. Oh, it might be old.
Oh, it's Brandon. Brandon said, "Combo, you dreaming? Wake up, bro." And Combo tripping. Your wife don't care. Like I said, he said your wife don't carry your legacy. Your children do. Your wife will get married again. That's what Brandon said. Same shit. What Brandon said.
These hoes gonna leave.
Yeah, you'll live good, bro. But you gotta do what you do, man. Like, we gotta live, man. We can't be like trying to wait till we retire. You ain't gotta wait till you retire to leave this fucking country. You ain't gotta wait till somebody die for you to leave this country. Go get you a passport. Get on a fucking plane. Book a flight. That shit easier than ever to do, bro. You ain't gotta make all this shit that complicated, man. Especially when you're on that other side over there in Cali, boy. You can jump on the bird and be somewhere quick, man. None of that shit hard, man.
Yeah, because these hoes ain't shit up here.
Hey, Coop, post Shorty's page on Facebook joint right quick. She put it in the chat. It's called The Party Live. Put that up and highlight it so people can see it.
Hold on, I'm gonna post a link to her shit.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying. Let that shit be known that we support the people that support us. I do get what you're saying, Pittsburgh. Like I said, like I hear it a lot. Trust me. Like it's funny because my big bro, he would literally be trying to. I guess he would think he have a heart to hearts with me. He be like, man, Combo, be real. You not happy. Are you really happy saying that you live and you work and die for somebody else? And I would tell him all the time, like, bro, I'm not lying to you. Like, I'm happy. Nah, you
She's gonna
can't. He be
lie
like,
that 9:30.
you can't be happy, Combo. That don't make sense. I know you. I know you your whole life. This don't make sense. Like me and him go through this shit all the time.
But that's
Cousin,
another
you gonna have
grown
to leave
adult.
and come back in, cousin.
What Kev at? Kev's trying to come back. But
You
that's
gotta
another
allow
grown
him to.
ass. Go ahead. What you say, Coop?
Oh no, I was talking to my cousin backstage. Her
Oh,
shit
okay.
tripping.
But that's another grown ass adult, bro. That's you're talking about another individual that's a grown ass adult. The point purpose of a relationship is for you both to be happy, not just one motherfucker to be happy, bro. Like both of y'all motherfuckers got to be happy, bro. Like if that's not the case, then you're an indentured servant. Your duty is to make her happy at all costs.
So what my big brother tried to say was that I'm selfish if I think he said what he say? He said, Carlo, you don't think it's selfish for you to only care about somebody else's happiness? That means that not only you are selfish, but that person is selfish to not care about you. That's the bullshit he tried to spin him. I ain't talked to him since then. I should be had that conversation because like I feel like he was some hating nigga shit.
Bro, what you got to say, Coop, man? Because me and Combo, we can talk about this shit for hours, man.
Happy, man. I ain't living to make nobody else happy.
But how do you not be happy in watching your wife or your queen and looking at her knowing like, yo, even if I drop down today or tomorrow, she good. But that's the ultimate boss move.
No, that's a
Well,
great.
what if
that people gonna be good when you die, but your happiness is important also.
But your happiness should be wrapped around them being good.
No, bro. What if your wife, she want to go when you get off work, she want to go to a restaurant, or she want to take a flight to such and such when you ain't got the money, just because that's what she want, and she want to be fucking happy. Like, nah,
you gotta
man.
go out and find a way to get it.
No, bro. She got to be realistic too. Like, there has to be some realism there too, man. I can't just do everything to make you happy, like I said before, and then I'm sacrificing all this just to make you happy, and what makes you happy today ain't gonna make you happy tomorrow. So if I buy you a house today,
how about your husband?
bro, if I buy her a house today and she cool with it, in 2 years from now, she say, you know what, I don't like this house. It's too small. So now the house ain't good enough because she made that decision.
You go get another one.
But who's running the ship? Who's guiding the ship? Because it's all about making this woman happy.
You guide the ship. Her happiness is the light. I don't get how y'all don't get this.
You can't guide the ship if your whole sole purpose is to make her happy. You cannot guide that ship because everything is based on her being happy. How could you guide the ship and everything is about her being happy? That's going to be in direct conflict.
No, because it's like I look at it like this. Yeah, I'm guiding the ship, but her happiness is shining the light in the direction I need to go. So if she's saying that, hey, like you said, for example, the house, I want a new house, I want a bigger house, or I want a house with a different zip code, or whatever, then I need to start guiding that ship into the direction that's going to lead me to purchasing her a home, and that meets those specs.
Okay, so look what you just said. She said something, right? So now you change the course of the ship to guide the ship in that direction. So who is guiding the ship? Her, not you. That's my whole point. She is guiding the ship, not you. She telling you what to do, and you're doing it. You're not guiding anything. You're just following her orders.
What she desires, and you're making her desires become reality.
No, she's barking out orders, and you're following. That's what's happening. She's saying, "Hey, change me over to these coordinates," and you're like, "Okay, cool. Let me figure out how I can get over them coordinates." All right, I'm moving the ship right now.
How's it going, Matthew?
Yeah, that's what you're doing. You not got
I
anything, bro.
don't see it that way. I see it as me keep working hard to to get that smile, to get that happiness, to get that enjoyment.
You do things to make your woman happy. You ain't gotta do everything.
Hey, shout out to
What
KB
can
in the chat. Can somebody read that? I need some glasses fast.
trying to make a woman happy will drive you
skip
crazy.
that. You can skip that. Then fuck him.
The best way to make a woman unhappy is to give her exactly what she asked for.
Skip that. You know what? Take that shout out back. Fuck you, Kev. You only
Kev, a
love white
legend.
women. He hates black women.
Cause
See?
hold up, he got more. Cause they have no idea what they want, and your girl what she want to eat, and what it takes for her how long it take her to answer. Shout out to Kev. That's why
You know
Kev
what,
was
Kev?
legend.
Fuck you. Go ahead and
That's
make
why
a
Kev
peanut
was
butter
legend.
jelly sandwich for those kids, because we know you ain't cooking. Fuck you.
That's why Kev was legend.
You know what? Anybody else in the chat? Fuck you. All right, Combo, the program manager, is done. Like y'all ain't gonna jump a nigga. Y'all ain't gonna jump a nigga.
Man, hey, what you got, Cool? What you got on this subject, man? Because me and him go big combo had this conversation a whole bunch of time.
Like I said, I can't live to make nobody else happy, man. You're gonna go crazy mentally. You didn't try to do everything to make this bitch happy. What if she still ain't happy? Then you out here feeling like your all ain't enough. Fuck that. I'm leaving shit to my kids if they old enough, or a overseer until they get old enough. But I ain't taking care of no bitch and her new nigga in my death.
Yeah, that's what happened, bro.
How can you be mad at it though?
Why not?
If you love her and she's part of you, and you know that she's going to be your brand holder or your brand ambassador,
It's to death do us part, not afterlife.
Dog, that's your job.
He got some different vibes, bro. He put his hand up for some other shit. Hey, he hit you with the ether though. It is till death do us part. We done when I die. I ain't got to touch you down in the crowd with me now. Shit, let me have a little piece here.
You gonna find a new nigga at your funeral. Shit.
But it's your job though. It's literally your job to do that shit.
How long are you supposed to mourn? Like before you fuck another bitch or something, if your wife died.
Before I fuck a bitch or bring a bitch home, it's a difference.
Fuck a bitch.
I can fuck a bitch the day I find out she's dead. But before I like be serious with a bitch, never. You can never be serious with another woman again. At least 5 years.
And that never moved real quick, boy.
But you can fuck right away.
You went from never to 6 to 5 years in the conversation.
Yeah, it went quick, boy. That's quick change.
I give you 3 months.
Oh, look at Kev in the comments. The only happiness I'm concerned about is my kids till they get grown and put out my house. That's what Kev a legend right there. Oh man. Hey, Coop, you said they ain't saying nothing about no more UFOs, bro. They kind of kept that on the wraps, man. You see, they ain't talking about that no more, bro.
Oh yeah, they probably sent a message that said, "Nigga, quit talking about us." But we
Dang,
can't do
bro.
something to y'all.
Let's be real though. If they was really getting shot down, why the fuck? If they was really getting shot down, or they was so sophisticated, how can they be getting shot down? That's what I'm gonna ask.
Man, listen, you don't remember how they did Osama?
Shot down.
But y'all remember what they did with Osama bin Laden, right? Where they went and caught the body, took it out on a Navy ship, wrapped that shit out, dumped it at sea, and had a whole a propaganda bit of commercial ad basically for the shit, bro. That was basically a commercial. Don't fuck with us, America. We America. beat our chest like promo ad behind that shit. But they shoot shit out the air, the combo, and you don't hear nothing. You don't see nothing. They're supposed to be these Chinese spy planes.
Damn.
And like,
Live at the
that shit
same
don't make no
time?
sense,
You
bro.
and Money live at the same time? What the fuck going on?
Huh?
I said, how the fuck is Coop and Money live at the same time? This is fucking up my program. Y'all
Money-
fucking with my goddamn schedule.
Money wanted to talk about some other shit. He didn't want to be serious tonight, I guess.
Oh, he ain't come up.
He came up, but he left. He said he wanted to talk about some killings and shit.
Oh, shit. Yeah, he come back. He couldn't bounce in and out, man. But nah, that UFO shit is. Hey, you know they actually got a satellite, man. That you can. That they got like a public satellite, man. That you can look up all the fucking Oh, let me see if I can find it. 'Cause I heard this black dude talking about this shit, man. Let me see if I can find it.
What's up, Bengals? Or is that supposed to be like a play on Bengals? What's going on? What's going on? Did you subscribe to my page? Are you a subscriber?
You want to know what's happening, man? We trying to figure out what's happening with you.
Pull up to the panel, Bengals. Let's talk about something.
Hey, y'all heard that new gossip about AB talking about he ain't getting paid? He ain't got paid and all these fights supposedly from PBC and all this nonsense, man.
Mm-hmm.
And what's wrong with these dudes, man?
Hey, shout out to the subscriber, Bengals, man. Whoever you are, I appreciate you for subscribing.
Yeah, much respect. Yeah, I heard some of them dudes talking about that stuff, man. It's funny how these dudes be on these YouTube streets and talking crazy and reckless, man.
Yeah.
When they come to these fighters, when they want to believe bullshit. So, I mean, that's just common sense. So the dude fought six whole fights and he never get paid. Like, come on, man. And in the same breath, he said, "Oh, I'm gonna get." Sometimes he'll get paid $10,000, $1,000 a day, then $500 a day. Like, man, that dude's double
talk
talking.
about Harry Potter, man.
Man, this might be the perfect subscriber.
Oh, come on up. Yeah, talk to us about the Harry Potter shit.
Man, Harry Potter is amazing.
I never watched that shit. Never watched it.
You never watched Harry Potter?
Nah, never watched that shit, bro. Never read the book, none of that.
You got to get involved.
Never. It seemed like a giant task at this point, bro.
Yeah.
It's like watching Game of Thrones, bro. I can't even get started because the shit seemed like a monument. The Game of Thrones seemed like a fucking monumentous task to get into that shit.
No, for real. I tried to get into Game of Thrones. I wasn't impressed.
Man, it seemed like a lot. Like, whoa, this is a lot of seasons here, man. I don't know if I can do this right. It's a lot of commitment. I don't have it in me. Hey, they got a new Blacklist coming out, man. Y'all watch that Blacklist?
I didn't never watch that.
Oh man, that shit is the truth, man. You gotta watch that Blacklist shit. This thing is supposed to be the final season.
That's crazy, Bengals. I watched Goblet of Fire yesterday, man. I jumped in and put on the what's that, the 5th movie or the 6th? Or maybe I think it's the 5th. Yeah, man. My boy Cedric Diggory died in that thing. Rest in peace.
Which movie? Which
Harry
movie?
Potter, the Goblet of Fire.
Oh, okay.
You know that shit. It's like fucking 8 movies for Harry Potter. So
yeah, that's what I'm saying. It's a lot, bro. It's a lot, man. You gotta have some energy for that one.
as soon as I started watching Game of Thrones, they had insects going on and shit. I'm like, oh, this ain't for me.
I couldn't get into that one, man. That was a bit much. That one, and I tried to watch the Gangs of London, and I couldn't get into that shit.
Man, somebody was just saying the Gangs of London good too.
I mean, it might be, but I just couldn't take. Like, I got to the beginning of the ride, and it just didn't look attractive. Maybe I could have got on the ride, and maybe it would have been better, but I just didn't. I didn't see it.
With The Walking Dead?
Yeah, I watched that, bro. I watched that. I didn't happen. I can't. I only started, but I couldn't watch all them fucking seasons, bro. That shit's man. Look, man, it's a lot.
Yeah, I hate when that shit get dry. Like them filler episodes where there ain't no action and shit like that.
You know, I was watching the dude who got ran over by the snowplow. That new shit he got, Mayor Kingston. That shit pretty raw. But I mean, I don't know when the fuck they gonna make another one.
Whatchamacallit, the boy from Marvel that got ran over by the snowplow, right?
Yeah, him.
Hawkeye.
That's just a good answer. Yeah, him. Yeah. He good actor.
Damn chest.
Man, you know he ain't had no regular snowplow though, fool, man. He ain't had no little, you know, he had probably some more big ass commercial shit.
He had
man.
some high tech shit.
Yeah, some big commercial of that shit. And the only reason that he lived, I think his neighbor was like a surgeon or some kind of doctor or some shit. Because he was fucked up.
They said he tried to save his nephew or some shit.
Oh, his nephew died?
Nah, he saved his nephew from getting ran over.
Oh.
And got fucked up.
Man.
Yeah.
Hey, man. That shit. Hey, they got another John Wick, I think, coming out too, man.
Yeah,
that shit should.
Dinner 3 hours long.
Man, but them John Wicks be killing, man. You go in that bitch, man. They got all kind of fucking weapons in that bitch. It ain't like them old school Steven Seagal fucking movies where motherfuckers don't never get touched and shit.
Nah,
I hate that motherfucker. John Wick shit raw. Yeah, that shit. I like John Wick, man. They need to make another Equalizer with Denzel. That's what the fuck they need to do.
I like the Equalizer.
Yeah,
but
but not.
Still got Queen Latifah in it, right?
Yeah, that's what I'm about to say, bro. They hijacked that shit, bro. That's so disrespectful, man. How the fuck they took that shit and let Queen Latifah do that dumb shit? That shit corny too, man.
Fuck Queen Latifah become an action star.
Man, that shit corny as fuck, bro. They gotta bring Denzel back, or at least a man. Remember they tried to do Jason Bourne, what they tried to do a TV show, Treadstone. They didn't have what's his name, Matt Damon doing the shit, but at least they had a dude on the shit. Like they just switched up the whole character of that shit and made it a woman. Like, whoa, what the fuck y'all doing, man?
You know, they're trying to be inclusive, man, and
that shit was a bit much, bro. What's your best? Who you think the best action dude is that they got now that we got out right now? Man? Who you think the best young gun? Who that's gonna be, bro?
Young gun?
Yeah.
I'm supporting my man Idris Elba. I don't know if he a young gun.
Well, you got young guns. You got Michael B. Jordan. You got Denzel's son. Who else you got? It's a couple of them, man. It's a couple of little young cats, man.
Old boy from Get Out.
Get Out, dude. Yep. But is he an action dude?
He can. Nah, not really. Action. I wonder. I gotta do some Googles to see some young action stars, man.
Yeah, it's only them the only two I can think of. It's Michael B. Jordan and Denzel's son. And the only two cats that. That's where the bread at, man. We'll watch somebody getting shot, fucked up. We'll watch that shit all day, man. Because like they can make John Wick like 9 more times, and we'll be here for every single one of them. We'll watch all them shits. They need to let your boy Wesley Snipes get down on a new movie, man. That's what they need to do. Or your boy Michael Jai White. That's who need to make another movie too.
New Blade, right? You gotta bring Wesley back.
Yeah, Wesley need to get down, man.
They need to put Wesley in the New Blade, man. That'd be so dope. Make it like he's passing the torch to the young nigga.
Yeah, but it gotta be a black dude, man. I don't want to see them motherfuckers try to switch that shit up because you know they'll do some
from
goofy
Oakland
shit,
playing
man.
Blade now.
Black dude.
Yeah, dude from Moonlight, the movie Moonlight. You seen that?
Oh, wait, is he gay?
I don't think he gay, but I think he played gay in that Moonlight movie.
Hey, cool, man. You don't play. Come on, man.
Bullshit. Yeah, yeah. But what's his name? Wasn't gay, man. Omar from The Wire, right? And he played a bunch of gay roles.
Yeah, I don't know about
He
that
got
one,
a
man.
whole
That's-
TV show on Netflix, where he
Oh,
was
you know what?
super
Wesley.
gay.
Now think about it. Wesley Snipes got some gay movies too. He got a couple of them joints
Yeah,
too.
Wesley Snipes was out here too Wong Fu and
Yeah,
shit.
he got a couple of them. Van Rain's got a couple gay movies.
Niggas, wow, man. They let Hollywood put them in a dress.
Yeah, they there. Hollywood go literal, man. That's what the wood.
Man, they said, you want to make this money or what? Niggas, wow.
Yeah, but they doing some strange things for some change out here on the streets, man. Yeah, we need a good action movie, man. I mean, it's kind of weird now because you got more access to do it. People don't. You would think like motherfucker would do it, but like you look at the YouTube universe, you get a lot of comedy where people do like a lot of little comedy skits and shit like that. But you don't get too much action shit on them things, man. When people do them little skits and shit, they be doing.
All the action movies seem like it's the old niggas.
Yeah, that's all they put in them things.
He's the old nigga Liam Neeson. This old ass nigga Jason Statham, The Rock.
Jason Statham's a terrible actor, bro. Keanu Reeves, man, I just think of that motherfuckers from the Matrix. I can't think of him really doing nothing else, bro, because he moved like robotic.
Yeah, man.
Like the new dude, another one will be Mark Wahlberg. He'll be another Marky Mark. He'll be another good. I don't know how young he is. He'll be another good action motherfucker. He be having some good ass movies too, man.
Yeah, he's a good actor, man. Fuck with Mark Wahlberg.
Yeah, he has some good shit, man. He had a couple good movies. Remember that movie he played like he played Unbreakable, where he was like the walk on to the Philadelphia Eagles or some shit, where he was trying to get on the team and shit. Yeah, that shit was raw.
That was a good ass movie.
Then he played the fighter. I think he was playing like Mickey Rourke or some shit like that. That was pretty good. He had pretty good movies, man.
Hell yeah. I
What about
I want to see some young black up and coming action movies though, man.
Yeah, you don't really get it though.
Not really.
These dudes not. We don't really get that.
Type movies, just some action.
Yeah, all these niggas is selling dope, man.
All these niggas is selling fucking dope. That's
selling dope.
We got one skill in movies: moving bricks.
Sell dope. Selling dope and show it out, and it's funny because they have these people believing that there's no black people in the military. Because you know all that shit is. Most of it is military based, and there's hella black people in the military, bro.
Yeah,
hella black people in the military. So I don't even know where that shit started. So when you get people talking, they confused. They don't know how that shit goes, man. Especially, hey, you ever seen David Goggins or the cat? What's the other dude, man? David Goggins, that black dude, the one that Navy SEAL dude, that got all those inspirational and motivational speeches.
Yeah, I seen him.
Yeah, he got that book, Don't Hurt Me. That Don't Hurt Me book. Yeah, that nigga does, man. Look, man, there's a few of them dudes out here now on these streets.
It's like, the kids need motivation, man. Who do they got to look up to? The rappers, that's it, and the athletes. They got nothing else to want to inspire them to be like them. Like,
yeah, but that's our job as parents, man. We got to guide them away from some of that stuff, man. And that's our fault too, man, because that's our fault too, man, because we making a big deal out of every time they come out with a new BMF. We be watching that shit and hyping that shit too, bro. We can't be hyping that shit up too hard.
but I want to hype it to them to where they look at the other side of it, like, oh, all these people love this person because they're acting in it, not because of the story that's being portrayed on the screen.
It's
Like
weird though, Coop,
I
man.
really want my kids to get into acting. Like I feel like my oldest daughter can really be an actor, bro.
But y'all don't have those schools over there because some of those,
I was
you don't
looking
have a
for
public school that do it.
I was looking for acting like classes and shit, and it's all like theater art shit.
Yeah, but that's what it is. Y'all don't have an art school that's a public school over there where you at, Coop? Because that's
Hell
usually what that
no.
shit is.
Oh, we got
Yes.
a high school here in downtown Oakland. It's a performance art school. I think Zendaya actually be coming to like visit there. She brought Tom Holland with her last time and shit.
Yeah, but that's what it is though, Coop. That's all that shit is, performing arts, bro. It's that's all that shit is. But it's goofy though, because even if they go into rap, it's like they pigeon-toed where they can't really do nothing else. Like they
Nope.
get frowned upon if they do some other shit. Like they gotta keep this character going. And no other genre of music, dude. These motherfuckers get stuck in just doing that. Like they can do everything. They can get in movies. They can do all kind of shit.
No
Shit
other
weird.
genre of music do they get held accountable like rappers do either. Like, oh,
Yeah.
you mean to tell me you're not really a rock star? You just make rock music? Oh my god. Would
And you gotta
what'd you say?
What's up, y'all?
What's up with it,
Shit, what y'all on here talking about?
man? Guiding our kids into better futures.
Is this y'all
Action
two been on?
stars. You said what?
Is this y'all two?
We everybody else was on here earlier, but then they ended up, dispersing. Go ahead and invite some people up here, man.
I was in there cooking some gumbo and shit.
You ain't make no roux. You made some box gumbo.
Nah, it was it wasn't a homemade roux though. It was that roux from the Louisiana pack.
Hell yeah, Pittsburgh. I want my daughter.
Hey, but let me ask you a question, Hollywood. You the type of dude where motherfucker got to ask you what's in the pot, or they can trust what you? Because some people put that gumbo shit. You got to ask them what the fuck is in that shit, bro. Because man, motherfuckers be putting all kind of wild shit in this stuff, man.
Nah, you can trust my cooking. It ain't gonna be no pork. You ain't gonna get that, so you don't gotta worry about that.
Some people put random ass shit in gumbo.
Yeah,
That's what I'm saying, Coop.
Put that in?
That's what I'm saying, Coop.
Like I know people that put okra in their shit. I don't like okra in my shit. I don't want that old slimy ass gumbo looking shit. Like, you know what I'm saying? So I don't like okra in my shit. Some people put celery in their shit. I don't like celery in my shit neither.
Hey, Hollywood, this up your area, bro. You talking about action dudes, man. Who you think is the up and coming like actor dudes, man, that can take over as far as the Hollywood dudes is acting, man. Not these old dudes, but the new dudes coming out. You name like Michael B. Jordan, Mark Wahlberg, Denzel's son. Who you got?
Well,
unless you got some more names.
Mark Wahlberg, his category is way more than any other names that you put up there. You know what I'm saying? Like, he in shit. Mark Wahlberg is in shit. He got a lot of movies. I think Ice Cube's son. You know what I'm saying? He up there.
He ain't really did nothing though, man. He can act, but you don't really.
But he
you
in a
don't
lot of
see him
shit
do
though.
shit.
But he coming up in a lot of shit though. Like, you know what I'm saying? He in some funny shit. He in some serious shit. When you can multitask, you know what I'm
He
saying,
was in that movie with 50 Cent, right?
Den of Thieves.
Den of Thieves.
Yeah.
He got that new movie coming out Friday.
That's some funny shit. Like, he know how to play different. He know how to do different shit. He can be serious and he can be funny too, though. You know what I'm saying?
He got a couple roles that he played in though. That's like sleeper roles, not really action per se.
Yeah,
but
or he in there for a short period of time or sometime.
He kind of versatile with his action.
Yeah.
Well, if you want to go that way, you got to throw Cuba Gooding Jr.'s brother in there.
Omar.
Yeah, you got to throw him in there too.
Nah, you ever seen the show The Get Down on Netflix?
Which
Have my
one? What
son
it's
to get
called?
down. I think
Did Get
so.
Down?
I think I did see it.
What about the Wu-Tang series?
I did watch the Wu-Tang series.
It's a little nigga on there named Shameik Moore. He the voice of the Black Spider-Man, Miles Morales, but he good as fuck as an actor. And he played in the
Okay.
Get Down. He played in the Wu-Tang series. He played Raekwon in the Wu-Tang series. That shit on Hulu. It just came back too.
For real, I don't got Hulu though. Who online want to give me Hulu?
Hey, but is he black though? Because you know a lot of these
Yeah, he
dudes now
black.
they
He
from
black.
English,
Yeah.
they England motherfuckers.
Nah, he
Yeah,
black.
a lot
Like
of them.
from, I think he's from New York.
That's what's up. I had to check him out. I seen
Oh,
that
he
Wu
played
Tang
in.
shit.
You
That's
seen the
that Wu
movie
Tang
Dope,
shit
right?
good. That Wu Tang shit good though, Coop.
Yeah,
The
the
new one.
Wu-Tang shit good. I just don't like the nigga that played the RZA because he talked so fucking stupid.
Yeah, I don't like that voice right there though. I'm about to
But
get Hulu.
the nigga they
I'm about
got to
to
play
get Hulu.
ODB looked like ODB. Like
Yeah, man,
you
that
you
nigga.
seen the movie Dope, Pittsburgh?
Oh yeah. Dope. What you mean? Dope sick with well,
Nah,
which one?
No, it's
Dope. It
called
was like
Dope.
a high school movie. He had got some dope in the backpack and was supposed to deliver it, and some shit happened or some shit like that.
Nah, I ain't seen that. That's on Hulu. That's on Hulu too.
I think it's on Netflix. It's an older movie, but he played in that too.
Yeah, I had to check that out.
Seeing who the nigga is. Let me see what else this nigga played in.
Hey, what y'all think about your boy Idris Elba saying that he don't consider himself a black actor?
He British, so I guess.
Oh, yeah, I got my gumbo going.
Yeah, I don't think that nigga played in nothing that you would know. It's a movie that was on Netflix called Cutthroat City. He played in too. But
Oh, I remember that movie. Yeah.
the black dude, he had the headbands on and shit.
Oh, okay, that was him. Okay, I got you.
Yeah.
I got you. Yes, sir. I see what you said. Yeah.
Yeah, he a cool little actor, man. There's a couple of these young like black actors like from the US that's getting roles. But a lot of them niggas from over there across the pond come over
They get the
here,
big ones.
pick up
They get
our
the big ones.
Role.
they
They
pick
get
up
the
our
big
accent
roles.
and get all our shit.
Yeah, they get all the big roles.
And
Big
then
money.
for the longest, we be thinking they American, and they don't be.
Man, because I did
Nah.
not know the nigga from Snowfall was not one of
Well,
us.
yeah, me
Oh
neither.
yeah.
But I mean, but he black. He just not on our side though. You know what I'm saying? He just not on our side of the country and shit. You know what I'm saying?
Bro, the way the
But
nigga Dub C talk, he said Dub C taught the nigga how to talk like us and shit.
yeah,
Man, that shit crazy.
Well, but think about it too. Like all of the movie sets are where they're in California, right? So they couldn't find their nigga from the U.S. in California
They
to
couldn't
do that
find.
role.
you
Like,
can
come
find
on,
niggas in
man.
the hood though.
Yeah.
Like, I
They
know some
couldn't
good
find
niggas
one
in the hood
LA
that can
nigga
act.
in LA to act like an LA nigga.
That's what I'm saying. Like, come on, man. Come on, man. It's in LA. Like, come on, man. Like,
It's hella niggas that can act in the hood. I know.
Come on, bro.
nah, but it's hella people in LA that can act too, though, bro. Them people, they got all them schools over there. Motherfuckers fly out there from all over the world trying to act, man. Like, man, that shit. They just be doing some weird stuff sometimes.
Outsourcing our shit.
Yo. Because when they get the spotlight on them, they don't want them saying that. And they know them people not going to say that. They're going to be play the total line. They don't have no problems out of it. Because they didn't show you with Cardi B, if they put enough money behind somebody, they can create a star. You don't need a lot of talent.
Yeah, she got a writer team and all the shit.
Yeah,
That
Bayou
bitch,
Beach.
that
Yeah,
bitch was
everything.
shaking ass in the club though. You know what I'm talking
One
about?
for stripping,
Giving head and
giving
private
political
dances and
advice,
shit.
man.
I
Cardi
don't know
B
who's
be
taking
giving
out.
out.
I don't know who's taking the political advice though, Coop, man. I thought all that, but that just goes to show you that the Democrats don't have no respect for black people. Because why in the fuck are you talking to Cardi B about anything?
Bacardi, man.
Man, I gotta buy a light for my fucking projector, man. It went out. My little bulb
The
went out.
bulb went out.
Yeah.
Might be
Order
cheaper
that
for
off
you to buy a whole
Amazon.
nother. Yeah, them bulbs expensive though, Coop, man. I don't know which.
It's only one. I think 124.
Oh, okay. You ain't bad. Some of them shits be costing.
Yeah, them big ones that nigga you can see the projector in the daytime. Them the
Yeah,
expensive
well,
bulbs.
see, this one you could though. Like I like this one. I don't got that. I ain't using that little one no more like that one I had before.
I
You know,
seen
I got
a clean
that
ass
other one.
$1,200 projector, but
I want a real projector, like a real. I
bruh,
want a
that's a
fucking
real one. Like,
movie theater in my house.
and you ain't even gotta like have it away from the wall. Like this one, it shoot up on the wall, bro. I'm gonna find the video of it and send it to you. That
I need to
motherfucker
find
hella
that.
clean.
I need
Yeah,
me a
but
projector.
TV's easier to deal with. Projector shit. That projector shit get complicated, bro. Cause you
Yeah, the
got
projector.
it's not just a projector. You got to get the screen, and then it got to be like you got to have so much of a distance fucking projector for
I
that
like
shit
the
to work, like the
projector. Me and
throughput.
Well,
me and
see,
my little
well,
family used to just lay back and chill.
the other one I got, I can make the screen smaller or wider. But this big one I got, this new one I gotta move the projector back to make the screen wider. You know what I'm saying? I can't do it by moving the little lens part on it. You know what I'm saying? I gotta move the whole fucking thing back, and I mounted it up on the wall. But now I got it up on the ceiling. I need to push it back more towards the wall so it can show bigger, because it ain't showing right now like
Yeah,
I
but that's
wanted
what I'm
to.
saying. Like that projector shit, that shit get complex, man. I just bought a TV recently, and I was gonna buy one of them shits. Man, that shit, man, it's just easier to buy a TV, bro. It's just a lot easier to buy a TV. It's
I
more
mean,
complicated.
I got everything. You know, I mean, it's just damn near though. I mean, I got a TV too. I play the game on the TV and watch movies and TV on the projector and shit.
Plus,
But
you
I
get
got
better resolution on the TV too. Resolution is better on the TV than it is gonna get on the projector, anyways, bro.
Listen, this projector that I seen, it's expensive as fuck, but that motherfucker dude is nice as fuck. Like I'm telling you.
Oh yeah, I don't doubt that, Coop. But I'm saying it's easy. Like it depends if you want to go into all that because you're not just buying a projector. You got to get first of all, you got to measure the room and get one that do the right throughput or the right amount of distance from wall to wall. If you get the wrong one, that shit look funny. Then you got to get the screen to go with that bitch. Then you got to get a surround sound to go with that bitch because the sound that go with them shits is usually trash as fuck. So now you got to get a surround sound to go with that bitch or some kind of sound bar or some other shit like that. That shit a little bit of work. Then you got to run all that shit to the ceiling because that shit's usually in the ceiling. So you got to run all that shit through the ceiling to whatever you got wired up. That's just a little project.
Yeah, my shit cool though. I got a little cool little setup.
TV easy. You just plug them couple cables up, go on about your business, man. You pay a little bit more, get the highest hertz you can get, go on about your business. Whatever size you want, go on about your business. I think they have 240 now, ain't it? I just bought 120. I think they had 240 hertz or something crazy now.
See, but if I go buy a TV, I'm gonna go buy, you know, I'm talking about 75, 80 inch or something like that to satisfy my need. And so I just feel like if I buy a projector, I can make that motherfucker big as I want to. If it's a good one, you know what I'm saying? I can make it as big as I want to, and it's gonna show. You know, it may not show as good as the TV, but it's gonna show it's close. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, no, it's not gonna show us good because like the TVs, they like you probably want to get one, especially with that gaming shit. You want to get one at 120 hertz, just because that's the flicker rate. You got to get at least because they come standard now 60. But if you get 120, you start doing that streaming shit. it don't really skip, and you ain't like seeing the screen move. And it's like it's lagging and shit. You don't have that lag and shit. But you can do
No, I
that
don't
with a
do no
TV
screen
with no
move.
problem. Yeah, you can do that with a TV with no problem. You can't really. Projectors don't. I mean, you gonna pay a hell of money to get that bitch to go up to that like that. I mean, each his own, man. Each his own. I think it's cool now that you can get a lot of the movies. You could just download them bitches. Like if a movie come out, you wait like a month. You can pay for that bitch on Amazon or some source, and that bitch will come straight to your house, and you ain't really got to go nowhere. 'Cause that movie shit. Now that's some inconvenient ass shit, man. It's going to the movies.
Right.
That's just hella inconvenient. Uncomfortable, it's loud as fuck. You got to overpay for everything. Then you got to sit in them stupid ass chairs. Damn motherfucker be blasting that shit in your ear when you go to the movie theater because there ain't nobody in that bitch but you.
Nowadays.
Ain't nobody in that shit. Yeah.
My service tweaking like a motherfucker. If you had a unlimited amount of cash, you setting up your new mansion, what's the most belligerent thing you'll put in your mansion?
In the mansion?
In the mansion.
Probably a pool, bro.
You know, these
Probably
niggas
a pool.
A pool?
Probably indoor pool. Yeah, probably an indoor pool, bro.
Heated or just a regular pool?
Nah, indoor, heated.
I'm telling I want
it'd be something crazy in my house.
Nigga, I want full retractable panoramic roof on my house. Like I want
I say it'd be something crazy.
I want some belligerent shit on my house, bro. Like why
Like
do you
my
have
floor,
this?
like my floor gonna have to lift up into a fucking man cave or something like that.
Like
And
gun
then that,
range, man
and
cave,
then
bowling
then
alley.
that, then it's gonna have to have bowling alley. You know what I'm talking about? Hella shit. It's gonna have to be hella shit. You know what I'm saying? Because
My
I'm gonna
old
want
schools
to.
wouldn't even
I'm
be
going.
parked outside.
I'm gonna want
Old
to be
schools in the
separated
house.
from her. You feel me? I'm gonna want to be separated
Wait,
from
Kubi,
her or
you
the
saying
kids or whatever.
you saying like if I had hella money, nah, I wouldn't. Listen, man, I have multiple houses in different places, bro. I wouldn't be wanting to stay in one. Like depending on the time, you live like the motherfuckers who got some bread where they got a summer house and a snowbird house, like that type of shit. Like, nah, fuck that. Yeah, that's the type of shit I'd be on. I wouldn't even be on all that right there.
Oh, I definitely would have different
But we just
Yeah,
talking
you just
about
move
one
with the
house.
weather. You talking about just one? Nah, I would buy another one, bro.
No, your
The most thing
primary.
I do is
The primary
the
wants
most
to be
thing.
comfortable.
Yeah, the most thing I do is put an indoor pool, and even that is like a limit. Like, man, listen, man, it's some places I would love to live in. Like, I love to live in like San Diego. I love to live in San Diego. Playa del Carmen in Mexico. Love to live there. Toronto. I would love to live there. Man, it's quite a few places, man. I would love to have Malta.
You gotta have that house in the snow for like Colorado or Tahoe. You gotta have
Tahoe, man.
that peaceful getaway where you got hella acres in Wyoming.
Man.
You gotta have that Florida house when you want to go hit the beach and have all the fun in the world. The California house gotta be
San Diego or Coop, you staying in San Diego or San Francisco? Where you staying?
I stay in
I said
Bay
San
Area, San
Diego.
Francisco Bay Area.
You're staying in San Francisco?
I stay in the Bay.
Oh,
No,
no.
I stay in the Bay. I just stay in like Black Hawk or Danville or but I could drive to Frisco or whatever. Hella easy. Tracy.
I be forgetting we got nice parts out here too.
Yeah, we got cool parts we can go to. Niggas stay in San Ramon. They got $1 million houses.
Yeah,
in
they
Black
got
Hawk.
big houses in San Ramon.
That's where E40 and Gary Payton and them stay in Black Hawk.
That's what I'm saying, man. Like, certain places are expensive. Like, I don't know about buying a house in New York City, bro. That's got to be
no, hell no.
Outrageous. Yeah, that's got to be some outrageous.
This is my $1 million
money.
apartment. Like, what the fuck?
Yeah, that shit crazy up there, man. No thanks.
Yeah,
I like to visit, but
but then the
buying a house
houses in
there,
like upstate New York or like all them little around areas are kind of cheap, but it's not developed like New York.
Shit, but that bitch ain't really cheap though, Coop. That shit fucking expensive. It's just cheap compared to Manhattan. That's what they saying cheap compared to. That shit ain't no regular cheap.
For real. I'm not moving from my hood to move to another nigga hood. So you'll never
Hey, but
catch me staying in Harlem and shit like that.
we could go over there by Kev, and man, $1 million for you probably have like a fucking 100 acres or something crazy over there
Hey,
with
them
Kevin
houses that
there.
they building up in Vegas is nice as fuck too, though.
Yeah. The
I
houses
live
in
in
Vegas
Vegas
is
too.
nice.
Vegas nice, bro.
I swear, like I want to go back though. Like don't get me
He
wrong.
lived
Like
in Vegas for about 5-6 years, right?
yo,
I can't deal with the heat, bro. That's too much for me. But they got air conditioning and everything.
yeah, they got
They do.
central airing though. You know what I'm saying? It's central
Yeah, they
airing.
do. They do.
There's air conditioning. Niggas be like, "Oh, you got the unit in the window." No, central air
No, it's
conditioning.
central.
Nigga.
That shit is
That
going
Yeah,
shit,
through
man.
all
we
of the
build
house.
that in the house, nigga.
Yeah.
We
Yeah,
don't
we
got
got
no
that.
ACs in our house out here though in the Bay.
Oh yeah,
Like
don't.
it's
Shit.
required in Vegas to have AC. Like
Yeah, but it all depends on how new your house is out here in the Bay. You know what
a
I'm
lot of people
saying?
don't have AC up here in the Bay.
Well, yeah, a lot of people don't though. But I'm just like I say, it all depends on if that house is up to date and shit. You know what I'm saying? New and shit.
We only get like a week of heat, so AC might not be.
But that week of heat is fucking terrible.
Yeah, it's like
To a motherfucker to a house that don't have no air, bro. That's
how much you think
terrible, bro.
HVAC costs to put in the house, the central air conditioning?
Oh, that could be expensive, bro. Cause you
Yeah,
gotta
like
buy the handler. Like you gotta buy the handler inside. You gotta buy the shit, the fan that sit outside, the box outside. Then you got to run all the ducts.
It's like how
Shit.
long you gonna have it before it pay for itself?
Oh, it's gonna cost you.
It's gonna
Cost
cost
you.
you like a couple of thousand.
Nah, it's gonna cost you more than that, bro. Trust me, I'm down here in South Florida, bro. This shit, like you can't. That's another place. You can't have no house down here because of the humidity. Like you walk outside and you be sweating. Like it's no sun. Like right now, you outside and you fuck. Like right now, it's kind of non-humid, but normally you walk outside with the sun not even up and you fucking sweat.
I always
Like you
wish I
gotta
was in
have
Florida when them bricks wash up on the beach.
When I was out there, I was
bricks.
out there for like 2 weeks damn near. And nigga, I'm talking about early morning because I'm so used to California time. You know what I'm saying? I'm up when everybody else ain't up. But nigga, I step outside, I'm talking about humid like a motherfucker. The sun is out, but it's just humid though. It's like sticky heat though. I'm like, damn.
That shit nasty, bro. So
Hey,
you
man,
gotta
them
have.
bricks wash up on the beach. I'm driving back to California.
You say you flying back. You just need to
Nah,
one, two of the things.
I'm driving them bricks back. I'm hitting the road. Hold on, y'all. Don't go nowhere. Trip.
Yeah.
Yeah, I wouldn't mind living in Tahoe. They say they got the best water over there in Lake Tahoe.
I ain't been to Tahoe in a minute.
Yeah, Tahoe's great,
cool.
Like Tahoe. It's cool as fuck.
I'm trying to go. I got my passport now. You know what I'm saying? I'm trying to be gone.
Go to Cabo. That's close. You over there on that side. Go to Cabo right there. And it's kind of, it ain't that should be a short flight for you. I mean, it's kind of Americanized. It's not really Mexico that tough. Well, go to Toronto. You love Toronto.
No, I need to go to the Dominican or somewhere, DR. You know what I'm
bro.
saying?
Fuck DR, bro. Trust me, you gonna have more fun in Toronto. Motherfuckers be going to DR trying to trick. That's that simple shit, bro.
Well, no, I ain't going to go trick though. I just heard it's nice out there.
Nah, it's nice for the tricks. It's nice for the trick. That's it.
Oh,
These
it's
niggas,
nice for a trick.
That niggas go over there
they can't
tricking,
get no
man.
bitches back home.
Exactly.
Bitches,
that's where they go over there.
Run up to niggas out there.
Are they ready to come back?
They ain't ready
but
to
them
come back.
chicks.
They just want the money there.
Exactly.
If they want to prostitute in California, they can. It's illegal.
The
But
niggas.
I
them,
mean, it's legal. It's legal in California.
hey, but them dudes, them chicks been prostituting in them other countries since they was like 13, man. That'd be the thing that
Right.
motherfucker don't take into account. And they ain't got
That's
no
how.
shots, no health
Oh
care,
man,
none of that shit going on, bro. Like you wildin'.
We drop that bitch off at the hospital.
don't go
Shit, you
raw
might.
that out of country
What,
pussy.
We gotta drop her off at the hospital first. You make
Do
sure you
you
get
have
shit.
your shots?
all this checked up. Go get all this done. You know what I'm saying? All this done.
Man, that nigga R. Kelly a fool. He was performing in like Ethiopia or something. He on the stage like, do you have your green card? Did you get your shots? Do you want to come back
Damn.
with Rob to America, man? This nigga R. Kelly's a fucking menace,
That
man.
nigga crazy.
Man, Robert was a wild boy.
Yeah.
He was a wild boy.
The aura. I just call him the aura. You can call him the aura, man.
That was your
Hey,
favorite person, Coop?
Oh, free R. Kelly still to this day. Because they need
yeah,
to
but they
arrest them
can't.
parents too.
Yeah, but they can't deny my man catalog. My man got a hella catalog. Though. His
Yeah, King,
catalog
that's the
is
king of
stupid.
R&B right
Yeah.
there. I don't give a fuck
Pop
But
about
it
too.
was just, and
A
then
lot
it
of
just
pop
after,
too.
it just
yeah.
after a while, just after, you know what I'm saying, he go through his little shit and then you just start listening to his music again. You'd be like, oh, nigga, you was talking about a little girl back then. Like,
Nah, man.
damn,
He
blood.
was singing the girl hoes too, man. He
That
ain't
nigga was
just
singing to the
exclusively
kids.
fuck young bitches. He was like it all with that shit. That
Oh,
man said
shit.
he had a crush on his mama, dog. What the fuck is wrong with you?
What?
Yeah, he said he used to. You know how moms would drink out the cup with and a lipstick would get on the cup. He talking about I used to go to the spot that she drunk off of and drink after her. So this nigga was really sick in the head as a kid.
Yeah, he was.
His sister, he said his older sister made him and his brother eat her pussy and shit. So yeah, he was fucked up. He's a sexual deviant, man. All because of his older sister.
Well, how true is that?
R. Kelly said it.
Well, I mean, it's always a he say, she say. I ain't saying that
Man,
she didn't do it, but I'm just saying though.
I ain't
You
coming
know,
out saying no shit about my sister. It ain't true. Like my sister used to make us. The brother came out and said it too, though. The brother was like, "Yeah, she used to make us eat her coochie."
oh shit. She had some in house.
Nah, dog, that's not okay. I'm not even gonna laugh and listen.
She
I do a
had some
lot
in
to get
house.
canceled, but that's not one of them. Niggas tripping, bro. Kills though.
That nigga, my sister had some in house. He said, "What's it?" Says I can't get in over here and make this nigga do it.
Oh God,
But
I'm
it
a
had.
flirt.
What she had both of them do it at the same time? That's
Oh,
disrespectful.
she's a wild girl. She rocking like that.
Both of y'all right now.
Yeah, man. They said Kelly was a menace out here. They tried to make Kells look so bad on the Lifetime movie. They started putting boys in there and all kind of shit. Like, come
It was
on,
a
man.
Lifetime movie. I ain't saw that.
That was like a documentary. I guess Surviving R. Kelly or some shit. I
Oh,
never
that one.
watched it. Free R. Kelly, nigga. You gotta start. If y'all gonna start, lock Aaliyah mama up. The girls that was with him mamas up. The other girl that he's supposed to pee on, lock her mama and daddy up. Because they
Yeah.
all sent their kid to be with R. Kelly in hopes that he would make them famous. And all that shit. You knew what it was, and y'all sent that nigga. Y'all sent him y'all daughter.
And they participated.
Yeah, man, lock their ass up. Said Aaliyah mama knew. Aaliyah mama knew about this shit.
She just wanted that money. Mm-mm-mm.
Da 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 da. Now all these young ladies that said they was coming up here tonight, probably about 6, 7 of them. Only 2 of them pulled up.
Who pulled up?
The girl Charisma. Who else was up here? There was another. Tamara pulled up, and somebody else had came.
Tamara pulled up.
Mm-hmm.
Damn.
Yes, sir.
Mm-mm-mm. I'm here cooking that shit.
Now I know this might seem strange, but that nigga Money over there alive.
He live on his shit.
Yeah.
He ain't sent it to me this time. But I sent him the little messy shit that be going on that he trying to get into. Like he gotta start off kind of like that. I think that's the best way. Like I don't think walking up on the hoes gonna work. That's not gonna work.
Mm.
Especially like why bitches like trying to work.
Oh yeah, they gonna be like, come on, blood.
Yeah, that's not gonna work.
I think I wanted to send this nigga this video I seen on TikTok of a nigga interviewing the hoe.
I think matter of fact, I'm gonna send him that too. I follow a nigga on TikTok. He be following the little hoes and doing interviews on them out in Texas.
Mm.
I ain't seen no nigga do it out here. Not in LA, not in the town. I ain't saw that. But if he do, you know what I'm saying, I'm all for it.
Right. Hey, if you paying for the interviews, I come with you to hold the camera.
Mm-hmm.
Cause I'm gonna tell the bitch, hey, you done fucked with the wrong one.
You at the house or you at work?
No, I'm at the house. It's about that wind down time. I've been on here since 6:30.
Yeah, I see.
Yeah, man. I'm trying to get content out so we can be lit. Well, I was waiting for people, but I guess we're gonna pull up the money shit.
Yeah, we could.
All right, just a podcast about nothing. This shit is in there. Shout out Pittsburgh T for always being pulling up to the panel.